Welcome back. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't see me.
That's right. I never really watched wrestling.
Welcome back to 4K Kings. I'm Matt, and this is John Cena.
I just said I never really watched wrestling.
So you don't know who John Cena is?
That's true. This is a movie channel. I know what a great thespian John Cena is.
Come on, he's a huge movie star.
I am Russ.
I am Matt. Welcome to 4K Kings. Little rocky start.
It's never a rocky start. This is part of our humor. This is our brand of humor, Matt.
This is our banter. Welcome back to your home.
It ain't really a life. It ain't nothing but a movie, Matt.
I'm just going to cut the physical media. I'm just going to say your home. Welcome back to your home.
That's right.
Welcome home.
Things are rocky in my real home, Matt.
Well, welcome home here, your second home.
I may have to crash here a while.
You're home away from home.
Yeah.
4K Kings. You and me.
What about that Terminator Steelbook, huh?
How about it?
You hear about that?
Hey, you guys hear about that Terminator?
See this in the news. This is James Cameron. He put out a Steelbook.
That's for you testing your stand-up now. People have no idea what they've clicked into. They're like, where are we?
That one dude, he's like, shit, I should have stayed at work.
But for real, welcome back to everyone, old audience members, new audience members, all 8,750 of you, give or take a couple.
That is an incredible feat.
It is an incredible feat. I want to welcome all of you.
Yes. I genuinely thank all of you for subscribing and tuning in.
Yeah, supporting us, giving our videos a like every now and then, sharing this with friends, dropping our names out into the world.
I need some friends. So this is good news.
Welcome all of Russ's future friends. Russ wants to be your friend. And say hello to all of your friends in the chat, as well as Lindsay in the booth, the producer, the hostess with the most, helping us out in there, doing a lot of switcherooing.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of switching.
A lot of switcherooing.
A lot of switcherooing, making sure that the broadcast goes off without a hitch while we bumble our way through it.
That's right. We should probably ask Lindsay, the producer, to write an intro for us.
Lindsay, how's everybody doing out there tonight?
Hi, good evening. It looks like everyone is joining. We've got someone in from Sweden tonight.
Oh, Sweden.
That's exciting. Oh, someone just said I have the best voice. That's the first time anyone's ever said that to me.
Wow.
Thank you.
What a compliment. I know. Yeah.
And we have a good morning from the Philippines.
Is it
very cool?
Very nice. Welcome from the Philippines. And in case you were wondering, again, we are your 4K Kings, your home of physical media, movies, so much more, friendship with Russ and I.
Oh, yeah.
And what else, Russ?
Awkward silences.
You've had 3 weeks to figure out what else.
I've had 3 weeks. Oh, that's something I can talk about, man. How do you feel when you post a live stream canceled this week and it gets a ton of likes? How do you feel about that?
It's a little disheartening.
It's like a backhanded compliment.
They're like, great.
Yeah, I know.
Nice to know.
No, not great. I feel like they're like encouraging us not to do live streams.
Not to come back.
Yeah, it's like, good news. Thanks. Keep up the no work.
I do the live stream for us, Russ. We could be talking into the void. We're here to catch up on physical media, you and me, because I know you don't look at anything throughout the last 2 weeks.
I can't see out of these glasses.
I could be anyone. You would have no idea you're sitting next to. I could be anyone. What do we have coming up tonight? There's been a lot of stuff coming out since we've been gone. A lot of last minute news items, but we got some good second sight stuff.
I like that because when you say it's last minute, I feel like I showed up here and I'm going to be surprised myself.
Oh, you'll be surprised.
I love that.
You mentioned Terminator. We got some Terminator news. James Cameron told us all to go to hell like 3 weeks ago.
You know, it's funny. That came up. That was referenced in my personal life on like the side, right? Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what they were talking about. And I literally said, I'm going to wait to hear this James Cameron news until I
come here.
I meet up with Matt. But what did he say? I don't know. I could just gather that a lot of movie fans were angry at him.
Yeah,
what did he do?
We'll get there. I've got his quotes because I definitely want to go through it line by line because it's very typical. I'll just spoil or tease it this way. It's so on brand for James Cameron. Like you can't even like be mad at it. I feel like what did you expect?
And that's what I gathered also. It's kind of like, oh, it sounds like James Cameron was being James Cameron.
Totally. Yeah. He totally was.
I can't wait.
But yeah, so we got 4K stuff coming from Second Sight, Criterion, Paramount's doing some silly stuff. Disney, out of the blue, announced a couple of sought-after titles.
Really?
Yeah, so we got a lot to talk about.
Nice.
But before we jump into that, I know it's been a few weeks, but I was curious what you maybe got in the mail. Because I got a couple of things too, and I was actually kind of surprised by one thing that I really wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's start off. I think let's start off with the one that you and I both purchased. That would be Jonathan Demme's Silence of the Lambs, and we went with the same edition.
We did. We went the exact same edition.
We went with the American edition.
It's not, well, yeah, the American poster edition, but it's got the old thing, the old label right on there, which initially I thought was hoping was going to be a sticker. It's not a sticker.
That doesn't bother me.
It kind of.
Why do you hate the British, Matt?
I just feel like it sullies
We want our
the art.
independence. You can let it go.
I don't know how many people got this out there. This was obviously a big title, but something is going on with this that I feel like the last Arrow thing I bought was Conan. And the last, or Conan, the O'Brien, Conan the Barbarian. And before that, it might have been Videodrome. I'm not sure. I was trying to go through what I had gotten, but this Silence of the Lambs set, and you and I both, remarked on it, has a slipcase over the hard box.
I know.
I've never seen that before. When did that start?
This is the first edition I've received that has gotten that treatment. I was shocked by that too, and I really like it.
I do too. It's just pretty wild that that's what they're doing now.
And I can't figure out, what does it remind you of? I'm trying to, it reminds me of something. I'm thinking like maybe a special edition book. I don't know. It gives me the vibe of something, a video game.
Yeah.
Something from the past it gives me a vibe of. Maybe just the size of it. It reminds me of VHS.
Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty,
I don't know.
It's pretty cool though. I mean, it took me by surprise. I'm not mad at it. It takes the sticker, or it takes the 18 plus logo off of there.
There you go.
Which I do like. And then inside is, all the typical stuff you expected. I, of course, already flipped my art around from the one they had on there because it's a double-sided insert.
Mm-hmm.
So I put this art on so that I've got the one art on the inside and the other art on the outside. Kind of completes it for me.
Yeah, I didn't even get a chance to open mine yet.
I like it. But here's the question I thought about when I saw this. I really like this on there, but certain companies like Umbrella, as an example, they put the slipcase on the 4K itself, and it goes in the box. So when you pull it out, it's got the slip on it, and then that comes off the case. So instead of doing that, they put one of these over the entire thing, which is also kind of cool. I'm not going to lie, but I wonder, what would you rather have?
Rather have?
Yeah. Do you have a preference, do you think? Would you rather this have a slip on it or this whole package have a slip on it?
I mean, I'm perfectly happy with the traditional boxing that Arrow and Zavia has been doing.
Yeah.
I think that slip's a nice added touch.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, get rid of it.
If you don't like it, go to hell.
Exactly. You've got the traditional packaging.
No, dude, it's pretty cool. I don't know. Anybody else taken by surprise up by this? Does anybody know when this started?
I think that's more of what it was. I was taken aback. I was surprised by it. I wasn't expecting it, but I dig it. And like I said, it's giving me vibes of something from the past that I can't quite put my finger on.
Yeah.
Did Betamax tapes come with, like I said, there's something that this reminds me of that I can't.
Well, VHSs did have the more of like that kind of a thing,
yeah,
but I don't know.
You know what? I think you just nailed it. I'm thinking of a VHS cover where, the tape just slid out from the bottom.
Yeah.
I think that's what that subconscious
feels like,
giving me the impression of.
Yeah.
Which, hey, that's going to tickle any 80s babies.
I'm tickled.
We're tickled.
Hey, I'm tickled. I haven't watched this yet, but
that was a funny word to use, man. Why did I say tickled?
I don't know, but I liked it.
I'm going to tickle you.
Yeah, get tickled. I've read the reviews basically saying that this has corrected all the Kino Lorber issues, so we should have no fear in terms of the transfer here.
I wasn't afraid of that with Arrow, were you? I wasn't expecting to have those issues again. I mean,
no. And then I got this, which I haven't opened yet.
Wait, I thought we talked about this the last time, our last live stream.
What did we talk about?
I thought I had already brought Desperado here.
You did not.
I picked that up as well. I forgot to bring it with.
It came in the same time as they both came together at the same time. Maybe you got yours earlier. I don't know, but
I did because I ordered direct.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Yeah,
I've had it, and that's why I forgot to bring it today. I've had it for like 2.5 weeks.
Shout out to Diabolic. That's where I got all this stuff. Diabolic DVD. Orbit DVD. I guess I just never pay attention to this stuff, but Orbit DVD actually has a brick and mortar shop. Like you can go in.
Isn't it in Connecticut or something?
North Carolina, I think.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
No.
But yeah, I haven't opened this yet, but Desperado had to pick this up, obviously. Lindsay, the producer, favorite as well.
Oh, yeah, Lindsay, you like Desperado? I wasn't aware of that. There you go.
I know, and it looks like a really nice steelbook, to be honest.
Fire her, Matt.
And I think this was the way to go. I did not get the Mexico trilogy. I just went solo on this.
Yeah, well, to this day, I've never seen the third one, the Once Upon a Time with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, no. It's, you're not missing much. If you got a other list of movies to watch those first.
That's how it always came across to me. I always felt like, yeah, I'm sure that's passable entertainment, but it always felt lesser.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't missing anything.
Yep. And then the other title I picked up just to go along with that was The Long Good Friday. So this was something that I was really excited about when it came out. I wanted the original Arthur Arrow, but I believe that was limited and possibly sold out or had like way too high shipping. So I just went with this one through Diabolic.
And you said that's a blind buy. You've never
No, I have seen it. It's awesome. And Criterion is putting this out. I think it might have already come out. I forget. I think maybe it was their August stuff. I'm not sure. But it's an excellent gangster movie. Bob Hoskins, awesome. We talked about this on stream for a little bit when it was announced, but I finally picked it up.
I never knew it was the prequel to Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and that's the reason why he became an alcoholic.
It is. It's very mind-blowing. It's like a twist ending.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I picked up, man.
Well, I got one more.
It doesn't matter. Mine's definitely going to yeah, get this out of the way.
Can't Hardly Wait also showed up. Super happy to finally have this in the old collection. Finally got it. Haven't watched it yet, but I got goosebumps. I got tickled when it showed up.
Yeah, that if anyone's going to use the phrase tickled, it's one describing picking up Can't Hardly Wait on 4K.
Russ, I can't hardly wait to watch it.
Yeah, sure. I have I have the release that's going to trump everything we've stated thus far.
Okay.
The second site release of You're Next.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
You want to take a look at it?
Oh, yeah, man.
I know, because you know me, you have more second site releases than I do, I believe, right? I only have like 2 or 3.
I do, yeah. Nice.
Like always, if you guys haven't picked this one up, they've done it again. They've done what they do. Stellar box, great booklet, art cards, transfer looks amazing.
These booklets are great.
I mean,
120 something pages, 180 pages sometimes. I mean,
yeah. And Second Sight consistently does this. I said this about Arrow's release of Barbarella. I said, dude, I would actually buy this book like on its own. If I was in a bookstore and I saw some of these books that accompany these releases, just hey, $8.99 for a 120 page booklet about the making of You're Next, I would pick that up.
Yeah.
So I love that that's included. And the Second Sight is top shelf, man. They are top tier. You can no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Man.
No, and they're also just, I mean, not to mention outside of the product, like the transfers, they always are like on point with. Like can't go wrong with any of their stuff. Now,
granted, they don't release a ton of titles, but has there ever been an issue with their transfers?
No.
Not that I've never encountered one, and I've never read about any. Let us know in the comments if Second Sight is shit.
Sorry, I can't get this back in. That little piece of paper was.
Yeah, don't break it, dude. Because I'm not going to take your Can't Hardly Wait in exchange.
Russ, I'm so sorry. Please accept my.
So wait, how did was the transfer good in the party scenes?
I didn't watch it yet.
How did the soundtrack? No, we did comment on this before everyone chews my ass for for berating Can't Hardly Wait. I did didn't it come with Dolby Atmos?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's actually a nice touch for a party movie, for a house party movie. I'd actually be interested in experimenting for a minute with that.
Okay. Well, you can't borrow mine since you've been so mean. Sorry, you have to buy it on your own. What else did you get over there?
We're not friends. No, that was all. I picked up Desperado,
okay.
and I forgot to bring it because,
it's okay. It's fragile. It's a steelbook. Maybe it shouldn't be transported from house to house.
Oh wait, no, you're wrong. There was a whole debacle here. Oh shit, now I know why. Matt's in his head like, you prick, you picked up Heather's. That's right, Matt. I got the Arrow UK release with the original artwork 4K of the 80s classic Heathers, my personal favorite Winona Ryder film. Matt knew this because I had an issue ordering directly from Arrow, and I was under the assumption it had something to do with, being in North America. Turns out I just didn't see the PayPal option. I was probably wearing sunglasses, but Matt ordered it and had it delivered to his house for me to pick up today. So I'm actually
there you are,
getting this for the first time today on camera. We're all living this moment together.
And I don't have it here, but I also got a Blu-ray of Heathers for the very first time that you gave to me.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you. I also got Heathers.
And you saw Heathers for the first time recently.
I did.
What did you think of that Steelbook that I gave you, the Blu-ray? I think it was an FYE exclusive or something.
It makes it look a little too cartoony or something.
Yeah. And honestly, one of the reasons why I'm excited for this release, I always felt like Heathers has received very weird physical media treatment, like that Steelbook. It was okay, but I don't think it was indicative of the film.
No.
I think the best release throughout physical media history that I ever had of Heathers was Artisan Bay, an Artisan Bay tin.
Oh.
And it came with, the DVD and all that. That was pretty cool, but I don't know. I'm excited, especially with the transfer. You've seen how this looks, what this film
looks great.
That soft focus look, how vibrant the colors. I can't wait to pop this in, man. And we just watched it, a month ago?
Yeah, about a month ago.
And you can tell this is a movie that is just
rewatchable.
Incredibly rewatchable. Yeah, no problem popping this in, man.
Awesome. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad I could facilitate that for you.
Thank you. And you know what, man? I'm really sorry. I was kind of being mean about Can't Hardly Wait.
You were.
I was a little out of line.
You were. I didn't like it.
I'm sorry, man. Come on, give me a tickle.
I also, Russ, wanted to give a quick shout out to, and hopefully maybe an audience member tonight, one of our viewers, Joseph Pasquale from the Philippines, sent us a very awesome email and a shot of his collection that I wanted to share. Of course, you can reach out to us at 4kKingsYT@gmail.com and send anything you want, really. But I wanted to showcase his collection because it was a really awesome Steelbook and 4K collection overall. Yeah. A lot of awesome titles in there.
What's funny is when I first glanced at it, I just thought, wow, that's a cool collection. And then 5 seconds later, I was like, wait, those are all 4Ks. I was like, damn, that is an impressive collection.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
And I noticed Carlito's Way immediately. So Joseph has great taste.
Yep, Carlito's Way.
We'll let Carlito know that you're supporting him.
And a lot of things are still in the wrapper. I see the Conan the Barbarian still in the wrapper, Joseph.
He picked up the...
He got the one I got.
Yeah.
Yep, Dazed and Confused. I see the Lord of the Rings trilogy DVD set, which is back here on our set as well. I see that up there with Gandalf. Awesome.
Matt, you notice how he has the proper Indiana Jones collection as I do?
He does. He has
those rad Steelbooks of the original 3.
Awesome.
I mean, the only 3. Sorry.
There's like a Fast and Furious collection down there.
I always try to remain factual on this channel, and I almost said there were more than 3 Indiana Jones movies.
There are not. There are not. I see 3 copies of Dune, maybe 4. I'm not sure, but 3. Yeah, man. Yeah, at least
that's probably Lynch's.
A lot of Dune.
Yeah,
but awesome collection.
No, that is very impressive.
And thank you so much for the awesome message. Great channel, and I can say that all the channels I'm subscribed to, 4K Kings is my tops for me. More power to you both. Thank you so much for those kind words and for sharing your awesome collection.
We're in my top 5 too.
I subscribe to no one else, just our own stuff. I'm like, oh wow, look, another video.
A big fan.
We got another video.
Thanks, Matt.
What's everybody else? Anything new from anybody else out there? Let's check in with the people, Russ, before we get over to the news.
That's right. We're for the people. Winona was in the Criterion closet today.
Oh, was she? Nice.
For what? For Beetlejuice?
I guess.
Why is she?
Probably.
That is true. I guess whenever they do the Criterion closets, they're obviously they're there promoting something. I assume. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. No, awesome.
Dude, they're going wild with this Beetlejuice promo. I feel like everywhere I look, I see something about Jenny Ortega or Jeffrey Jones. It's everywhere.
Is it Jenny or Jenna?
It's Jeffrey Jones.
Jeffrey Jones will not be in this film.
Oh, why?
He's been thrown out of Hollywood.
No, but no, honestly, everywhere, dude, everywhere.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
It's gonna show up. Good one. Elm Street's been delayed. I know. I got a delayed message on my Elm Street too by like a week.
Yeah. Oh,
2 weeks or something.
I did as well.
Yeah. So, but I don't see anything that anyone's gotten. Oh yeah. Nothing. No one bought anything this month. All right.
It's time for us to do a state of physical media.
I know, right?
It's like, whoa, we're dry, man. We're dry.
We're a little dry tonight.
A little dry. Let's get warmed up. What is it I got to get angry about? Tickle me, Matt. I need a tickle.
Oh, my
Put
God.
on Can't Hardly Wait.
No. I will not.
Take me down.
All right.
Paradise City where the grass is green.
Let's talk about James Cameron. Let's talk about Terminator.
Let's talk about Charlie Korsmo.
Let's talk about James Cameron. Now, I know you said you didn't even see the news, right? You didn't even like see like any of the articles or anything that he had stated.
Oh no. Any of his statements. The only news of Cameron I caught since I've seen you last was just the artwork for the Terminator Steelbook. But like I said, I kind of stayed away. I wanted to hear it here first.
Yeah, so let's look first before we get to it. Let's just take a look at this because this was something that I think just like popped up maybe 2 days ago before, maybe it's like Monday or something. I'm not sure, but this is the first sort of image of anything for the Terminator that we've seen, and it's for a Steelbook.
Well, personally, I think this is the best artwork for Terminator Salvation I've ever seen.
It does have that sort of obvious, more updated, feel. No, they chose to go with putting the robot itself on there instead of Schwarzenegger, which is basically every art you ever see for Terminator is literally just his imposing ass with the gun.
Yeah,
like you don't really even see the robot itself. Obviously, we know what it is now, so they got to give that to you. But you're right; it does seem a little like that. I will say, I didn't like throw up over it. I didn't, but I'm sad that Arnold's not there in some capacity.
Yeah. It's funny to me when I saw this, and this is something you and I have spoken about on previous live streams. I never feel like this is the end. I never feel like this is the last. I'm sure here's the Ultimate Collector's Edition with the original artwork, and then you open it up and you get this Steelbook. Like, I'm still waiting on that drop.
Me too.
I feel like, and even if it's not going to happen immediately, let's not kid ourselves. This is a James Cameron film, and it's Terminator. This is going to be re-released to death in so many global markets that if this artwork disappoints me, it's not the end of the world.
No,
I didn't throw up.
No, I didn't throw up. And I think, again, this is for once they're showing the US one first and not the UK ones, because usually that's what they've been doing, especially with these Ultimate Collector's Edition types. I'm hoping for an Ultimate Collector's Edition where the Steelbook on the inside is the original art. Like, let's see what the outer box is, but give me, just like they did for Nightmare on Elm Street, essentially. Like, they thankfully did a nice outer box. The inside was the original art steel. That's all you really want. And
that's what I mean. I feel like some scenario like that is going to take place. We'll get the original art either on a rigid outer box or on another edition of the Steelbook. Like I said, I don't feel like I have to be locked in on this artwork.
Yeah. The inside, let me see what the inside looks like. It looks like this. Oops.
Would it be hilarious if it was just like Michael Biehn on the cover smiling?
Look, they gave Michael Biehn his shine on the cover.
I was shocked.
There's no Arnold.
I'm not lying to you. I was actually, that was another point of this cover. It's like, wow, they're showing Michael Biehn some love.
They are, and Schwarzenegger's name's on the freaking front, and he's not even on it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like the iconic thing about the original Terminator is Schwarzenegger himself.
I do have something to say about the when you open up the Steelbook, and I kind of thought this about the Nightmare on Elm Street artwork also. I feel like we can get a little more creative with the artwork behind where the discs sit. Like to me, that's not even. Like, it's not centered. It looks weird. To me, it's like the right side just fire, then Arnold, but his gun's kind of in the frame on the other side. Like, you couldn't find a better image that would work as a landscape when you lay it flat down. Like, remember even Nightmare on Elm Street? I was like, I'm shocked they didn't do the arm thing with Freddy. Like, that would have worked perfectly to have symmetry on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I'm with you.
But again, what am I complaining about? It's not that big of a deal.
I'm with you. It's just like,
why am I on this channel?
It's all illustrated, and then Arnold's like pasted in there in kind of a weird way. I'm with
it's like you could just literally grab a scene from the movie that would look great. As an 8x10 landscape.
We'll see what comes next. I think this has like a date in like November. I pre-ordered it just to hold it, and then once something better comes out, this will get dropped instantly.
He'll be back.
Yes.
You get it?
He'll be back.
That was pretty good, dude.
But obviously, most of the comments about this are like, what's the transfer going to be? Is it going to be AI scrubbed? Is it going to be, you know, some people, there's been a few people that have commented that they saw the 40th anniversary edition with the, you know, 4K upgrade in the theater and enjoyed it. But there's a lot of worry that this is going to be sad. Kind of like.
Is that what Cameron commented on?
Cameron just comments on, in general, the disappointment that most people have shared about how the transfers turned out, his use of AI, his use of getting rid of all of like the grain and making it more crystal clear, which people are worried about for Terminator. Like, you know, like it looks a little too modern for their taste. So I guess like his initial reaction to that.
You know what? Don't worry about it.
Is basically get a life, which yeah, I saw so many people that were genuinely mad, and I could understand, you know, why they're like, you know, I want these films the way that I remember them, and you know, he's ruining them and blah blah blah. But just that quote, like, how could you not laugh at that?
You know what? Don't worry about it.
Exactly. Get a life. Like, that's so awesome. So then when
Awesome.
it is. So then, and I mean, and it's against me. Who he's talking to, and I still think it's great.
Well, what was the question that he's directly responding to with "Get a Life"?
Like, I'm going to show you the full quote. It was basically, what's your response to the people's disappointment with, you know, your transfers, your possible use of AI, and doing so, you know, that kind of stuff. So he goes, when people start reviewing your grain structure, they need to move out of mom's basement and meet somebody, right? I'm serious. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? I've got a great team that does the transfers. I do all the color and density work. I look at every shot, every frame, and then the final transfer is done by a guy who has been with me for years. All the Avatar films are done that way. Everything is done that way. Get a life, people. Seriously.
Why does James Cameron sound like that guy who's complaining at work? You know what I mean? Like, if I get treated, if I don't get passed up for that one more time, I'm out of here. Like, this is not what he's just like, dude.
I don't know. I just thought, wow. I mean, he really came with it.
Yeah, man. I mean, he was
holding his Oscars when he gave this quote too. He's always carrying them.
He's there for his fans. He has their best interests at heart.
He's such like a unbelievable like prick, but it's like so.
I don't think James Cameron is a fan of physical media, Matt. I think he's trying to sabotage it all.
And you know, I didn't pull the quote. Let me see if I can just find it really quick. I don't want to harp on this for too long. I just thought it was funny. But Galen Hurd like came to his defense on these comments because someone was interviewing her separately and was like, "Hey, James Cameron said like get a life to, you know, so and so. What do you think about that?" And hold on, let me see what she responded.
Well, listen, we're having a laugh, but I mean, I agree with him.
That's why that's part of me is why.
But listen, this is why I agree with him, because I don't feel like he's saying that to literally everyone, but he's talking to a specific kind of person who is going to complain no matter what.
True, yeah.
It's like he's talking about the people he's talking to the same people who said that episode 1, you know, ruined their childhood. It's kind of like he knows he's in a position that he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. If he leaves it completely alone to the purists, then the people who want upscale are going to be pissed off, you know, and upscale are going to be mad. If he upscales it to death and uses AI, people like you and I and the purists are going to get angry. And he's just saying, get off my dick.
Yeah, for the people that
I'm gonna make someone angry, so fuck off.
Right,
like,
and
that's what he's just so brass about it. It's hilarious.
That's what makes me laugh. It's like, you know, he's not on that Friedkin level of like, but he's like, he's like they're both. I don't give a shit. I don't give an F.
Friedkin can insult you, and you're gonna smile and be like, "Yeah, you're right."
It was brilliant wordplay.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, "God damn, you are a master of the English language."
Seriously,
but you feel like completely defeated inside. Or Cameron, you're just like, "Hey, fuck you too." You know, it's like, what's going on?
So here's what Galen Hurd said. They basically repeated his comments back to her. And she goes, let all those core them as they see fit. That's my opinion. Jim, in every possible meaning of the word, is an auteur. And whatever version he wants to release, everyone should be fine with, you know? It's his film. Exclamation point. That was her.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? Okay. I kind of disagree with her, though.
Oh.
A little bit. I agree with her up to a point.
You think she took it too far?
Yeah, she took it too far. She needs to move out of mom's basement.
Come on, Gail.
Are you fucking kidding me, Gail? No. Where I disagree with her on, and this is, and again, it's just a perspective. I'm on the side of once you've completed something and put it out, it's done.
Right.
Like I don't. Spielberg removing guns in E.T. I don't like that. So with her saying Cameron is an auteur and should have complete, I agree with that completely. But again, the James Cameron who made Terminator in 1984 is not the James Cameron 40 years later.
Yeah.
So you're going to have and then you're altering the art. You know what I mean? So she's like, there's a point to be made. You know what I mean? When people do, I don't know. It's not, I don't think it's that easy to just be like, hey, I made this when I was 16. So now when I'm 68, I'm going to go back to it and perfect it. Like, nah, part of what made it so special were the imperfections.
Yeah. Don't worry about
You know what I mean?
So anyway, that's the James Cameron saga. I don't know how everybody feels out there. Did it make anyone else laugh? I mean, it made me laugh. And I mean, again, it's like, what are we going to do? I had no problem with The Abyss. I already said that to you before when we did our review and talked through it. Obviously, it's much cleaner probably than it was back then. I know a lot of people did not like how it looked. I thought it looked excellent. I'm excited to see Terminator. I didn't watch True Lies, but yeah, that was probably sad. And I haven't seen Aliens yet either. And
no, this is totally hilarious, no matter how you feel about it. Two, I'm still on the sidelines because I didn't pick up any of those movies. Terminator, I will be. That's, as I said, easily my favorite James Cameron film. So if I feel
you're going to throw your hat in the ring on these opinions,
I'm going to come back in here and fight Gail and James at the same time. It's on, motherfuckers. No. Yeah, it hasn't directly affected me yet to where I have a concrete and passionate opinion on it.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's just totally comical. But I understand what he's saying. I understand what she's saying as well. That makes me nervous. I don't like going back and altering your previous
history.
You're a different person. I'm not the same person I was 20 years ago. If I made Terminator, I may feel a different way about things. Not to mention technology has advanced so that my frame of reference to imagine what could be has advanced. And now I'm making something completely different than what was there in 1984.
What was intended.
Not even intended, but what was possible in 1984. You know what I mean? That would have been like if when he was making Terminator, he could also say, I'm going to, I have nowhere to go with this, man. You get my point.
Moving on. You're right, though. Let James Cameron do what he wants. Let us all be pissed. I mean, what are we going to do? I mean, but for now, that Steelbook I pre-ordered, likely cancel once the better thing comes out. Let us know what you're doing. We'll move forward with the news.
I still haven't committed to pre-ordering anything.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to miss out just because this is one of those releases I can already feel myself taking it for granted.
Yeah. Well, what do we got coming up? We just had our Bad Lieutenant review go up, which I personally really enjoyed revisiting and remembering how much I liked Bad Lieutenant.
Oh, yeah.
As we're putting the video together. Hope everybody enjoyed that, got a chance to check it out. Maybe it swayed you to watch this wonderful film.
Oh, yeah. You should. It's a great movie.
And what else is coming up next? Tom Cruise, Russ.
Oh, okay.
Tom Cruise. Come on, let's hit it.
Well, man, it's been a while.
You know what's coming up next.
Our set was destroyed by a twister. That was an ironic twist of fate, yes, for me shitting on the great Jan de Bont, and then our studio set getting destroyed by nature.
Here comes Glenn Powell to kick the chairs over and everything.
Yes. I think everyone watching and all the commenters who properly gave me hell for my twister and well, I haven't seen twisters. Properly gave me hell for my twister opinion. Listen, karma got me.
Karma got you that time around.
Got me. So,
but we're back.
Hey, Helen Hunt is my new favorite actress. I love Humans Being.
You've had a
God Go Easy on Me.
Please.
It was easily Philip Seymour Hoffman's best performance out of anything he had ever done. Twister rocks.
Twister does rock. I still haven't watched my copy yet.
Oh yeah, you got that awesome Steelbook.
Yeah, I got that sick ass clip art Steelbook. I don't have it. I should have it back there.
Yeah,
just on
it was
display.
designed by an artist who was blindfolded.
Yeah, no, Russ. Our next video is our Tom Cruise appreciation.
That's right.
Because you really appreciate Tom and you wanted to gush about him for about 2 to 3 hours. I had to drill it down to about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, dude, the Olympics, man, that was jaw dropping. I was inspired. I called you immediately, dude. I was like, Matt, are you watching this? I said, we gotta talk about Cruise.
We gotta talk about Cruise.
We gotta respect the cock and tame the cunt, Matt.
Wow.
But yes, that is coming up. We decided what are the top Tom Cruise performances in films, and I think we nailed it. Honestly,
I do agree.
I honestly think it's all subjective, but objectively, I think we got the cream of the crop of Cruise.
I think we got it right.
Cream of the crop of Cruise.
I think we got it right.
I do too, man.
But
So keep an eye out for that. Also, donate to your local Scientologist church. Don't leave me hanging, Matt.
I got nothing.
Move on.
I got nothing.
Dude. Look, I started jumping on the couch.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Moving on to the news.
this is
Starting
dry.
off, we're starting off with Second Sight tonight, Russ. Now that your jokes have run dry
Really
and half
have.
the
Let's
audience
get some-
has left,
Let's get some
and they're like, God, this is what happens when they take a week off. Russ comes back.
That Twister should have done the job.
He's got no juice. Here, ready. Talk about
It is cool how much you latched on the Bad Lieutenant, and I'm happy about that.
Late Night with the Devil, Russ. Late Night with the Devil, as you, me, and possibly the world predicted, but I know we definitely did.
That's right. That's right. We put it on our list for potential Second Sight releases that we could envision happening.
Yeah, our boutique sort of wish list when we
Yes.
talked about Second Sight. I know I threw Ghost Story out there, but you said Late Night with the Devil. Hopefully one day they would put this out, and they did.
Yeah. It just felt like a Second Sight release to me.
Yeah, it was finally announced for October 28th. And as you remember, it was previously, this is the Second Sight, outer box, obviously, but then we had a original art blue steel. This was the original art, right? With the flaming head, like the poster art?
I believe so.
Yeah. So that was coming out in Blu-ray in the US. Then there was a 4K release that came out in Germany from Cape Light, again with that, similar art. And then there was, of course, that Blu-ray release that came from Umbrella Entertainment, which I did not get. And we hemmed and hawed about it because we were like, I'm waiting. I love this, but God, if it was 4K, I'd be on it, but no 4K, so I did not.
And it was a gift and a curse because we had the correct foresight, but this artwork will always remain superior.
I know, it's great. And there was a lot of people that were mentioning, really the vision of the director was Blu-ray anyway. Like they didn't want it higher than that. And my stubborn ass was like, well, I don't care what the director wants. I want 4K. And so I waited.
4K Kings.
I know.
We don't
And so
settle for
I know.
less.
And so I waited. So I don't know if it's going to, ruin anything or make it too crisp, but I'm excited to see what the 4K is going to look like and revisit this film altogether. I mean,
I am too. I mean, it's a period piece anyway. It was meant to look retro. So I understand both sides. Like, for instance, if I had gotten my hands on this Umbrella Blu-ray, I wouldn't be upset.
yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
No.
It is. I get both sides of the argument. I with what this film is, I would be perfectly happy with a Blu-ray. And if Umbrella wasn't in Australia, I would have picked this up.
Yeah.
It was just too much. The cost was just too much.
This flaming head artwork, though, is pretty awesome.
It's better than what Second Sight.
Yeah, this flaming head art is really cool.
But
and then this is awesome too, but
this is the best one out of them all.
yeah, this looks great. We could like cobble something together here. But here's the innards of Second Sight. So this is the, outer box booklet and digipack and the art cards. This is kind of like what they're putting together, and it's kind of, like I said, it's like kind of like their basic kind of standard kind of deal.
And that's what I'm saying. I kind of feel this way as well, but I read this in comment sections, people saying they're disappointed with the artwork. Sure, but if you think about it, Second Sight doesn't really specialize in flashy artwork.
Not too
You know what I
flashy.
mean? Or, like it's It's fine.
No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
You could have done the flaming head and probably been perfect, but it's.
But then it would just
fine.
look like every other release.
It would, and they're trying to do their own thing, and that's what they stand out for. And also, I think, not to mention again that they're really well known for their transfers too. So I mean, you're also maybe getting the cream of the crop as far as that's concerned. Here's the features from what I gather. There's a few things on here that were on the Umbrella release. I could never really even see what features were on the Steelbook or that German one. There really wasn't any listing for it, but this is what they're showing as far as features are concerned for their second site. So basically a lot of interviews. There's a new commentary with that Alexandra Heller-Nicholas, the film historian.
Oh, I thought it was the actress.
No, she does these all over the place, but mainly a lot of those. Yeah, mainly a lot of interviews, some behind the scenes, and then the 2023 Q&A with the cast. Now, that was on the Umbrella one. I'm surprised they didn't get him to come back for an interview. I mean, he's like a producer on the film and everything. It'd been kind of cool if they got him for something new, but they just have this Q&A.
Maybe he doesn't like the movie.
No, I think he does. I think he likes it. But then, just jumping back to this really quick. So, obviously, art cards, rigid box, 120-page book. You're right. I saw similar comments on the art. I feel like they could have gone with what we put together. That's what we imagined on our video, and I could, you could see that too. But I don't mind this.
Let us know in the comments who did a better job with this artwork, Second Sight or 4K King.
We're looking to be hired.
We'll even throw a commentary on there with our artwork.
No, and I mean, I think this is going to look great. I honestly I don't mind this at all. I think that looks nice.
I just found it unusual to see as much complaining about it as I did. Think about it like this also. If it doesn't scream out to you Late Night with the Devil, like if it doesn't scream out to you, this is the definitive image of this film. It is, at least if you're a collector, it's in unison with practically every other Second Sight release.
True.
I mean, did the green room artwork blow you away? I don't even remember it off the top of my head.
I'm glad that they used real photography and images and not like a stylized, artsy or graphical illustration, honestly, or something.
It looks like a cover from like a paperback or something from the 70s.
Yeah.
So, in line.
Lindsay's flagging us down in the booth. Lindsay, what do you got?
Well, quick question from the chat. Denier wants to know if you guys would recommend this for a blind buy.
Yes.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, it's great. It's really awesome.
I'll say this though, I do get the impression it's a little polarizing. It's a bit divisive. I've heard some people not like it.
I like that for this movie, at least, it was more of like the word of mouth that drove the interest, and that led to the polarizing thing. Just in contrast,
wasn't Long Legs.
That's what I was going to say. In contrast to Long Legs, where if you saw this and all of a sudden at the top it was like Rotten Tomato score 100%, or like the best thing since Exorcist, best whatever. You'd really be on high alert and really be ready to shit on this thing. It stayed underground enough, but is so solid from a horror standpoint, an indie standpoint. If you don't, like you said, maybe it's not for everybody, but what they achieved as far as production value, I thought this movie nailed it. The time period, the freak factor, like how it made you feel. I think it was awesome. I
think the best way to say it, is Stephen King. There's a quote from Stephen King on the original artwork of it. And when you watch it, you'll understand why he loves it. It feels like a Stephen King novella. It?
Yeah, I could see
right down to the ending.
Yep.
And some people, that's kind of their complaint, and it's a common Stephen King ending complaint that he doesn't nail them. To me, it felt like a Stephen King novella turned into a film as a film. There, it felt like a Stephen King novella film adaptation. Only it's original.
No, yeah, so it was great. I mean, I would highly recommend checking this out if you're on the fence about buying it outright before seeing it. Just watch it. Just get an opinion on it. It is a really great, new, original horror movie for sure. And I pre-ordered this one.
As did I.
Yeah. So let us know what you possibly pre-ordered. And the other thing that Second Sight announced simultaneously, coming out in November, though. So this is coming out, Late Night with the Devil's coming out October 28th, but coming out November 11th on Blu-ray. Possibly, you could maybe say the definitive edition of the Blair Witch Project, which I we had talked a little bit about this before, where some Imprint, I think I got a screenshot of it, but Imprint was putting out some Blair Witch Project in Blu-ray, and there was a lot of comments from like producers on the movie and other people like, don't buy this one. Something very soon's coming from Second Sight. And so this is finally what they're putting out. And
I thought you were talking about the cast members complaining about never getting paid and all that. I actually thought that's where you were going with that.
No.
So wow, they were saying hold off.
Hold off, because we're sort of getting the like, this movie's about to get restored in the way that was our original vision that was never put out in physical media before, like on that shitty like artisan like DVD that they got put out. I think it got botched.
That was a grocery store staple.
Yeah, for sure. So they like botched the hell out of that.
Remember that 15 years ago, you would just see like artisan DVDs when you were checking out at a grocery store, like $5 for Drugstore Cowboy and Blair Witch Project.
So this is what Imprint was putting out. They were putting it out with Book of Shadows also. So both of them were Blu-ray. It was in like this, they kind of do these nice little boxes with the ridges too, and they're both inside of there. There was some new stuff that they put together, but again, the producer or someone from the project like kind of spoke out and was like, hey, this isn't probably the one if you really want, what was truly intended. Do you remember this one that we covered too a long time ago?
The one on the left, yes.
This Blair Witch collection. It's like this German one. It had the
one on the left, right? Didn't we do that before?
No, this one is recently coming out. The one on the right is a German release that's got the remake of the Blair Witch in it too, and Book of Shadows. It's got all three. Oh,
that's right. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Suspiria. Didn't Imprint do a Suspiria release that kind of looks similar to that?
Yeah, they did. They did.
Oh wait, so that remake didn't they keep going? How many Blair Witch movies are there now?
Well, there's I think just 3.
I thought there was another modern one. I thought there was two modern ones.
Maybe. Well, when you look at this, dude, this looks like basically the most complete release of Blair Witch that anybody could probably ever want. A new Second Sight restoration. So this is like their baby. Like this is like their restoration. They've probably been like toiling on this for a little while, from the High 8 videotapes, supervised and approved by, the producers and directors. It's got a remastered original theatrical cut, the festival cut. It's got a new feature-length documentary that they put together, a new audio commentary by that woman again, Alexandra Heller Nicholas.
We need to get an interview with her. Who is she?
I know, really. I gotta know. She's on everything. Directors, producers, audio commentary, deleted scenes, alternate endings. Like, dude, so much stuff that they're putting on this release. It's like a ton of stuff, but it is Blu-ray, so it is region B locked. I do have Blu-rays of theirs, and you definitely need a region free player, at least in my experience. I don't know if maybe there's some like hacks people have figured out there, but the 2 Blu-ray players I ever had for any Blue Second Sight stuff did not work. I always had to use my region free for their Blu-rays. But then if you open this thing up, so this is like one of their big box deals. Like this isn't their, regular size with the regular sort of booklets. It's got a 184 page hardback book, Heather's journal.
Wow.
It's got these 3 like cards and then obviously the little digipack thing, but it's going to be like probably the size of, again, like Drive, like these ones that came with these really thick books inside.
Yeah. Dude, are these actors going to get paid?
I don't know if there has been any outreach to them or what it is, but hopefully, I mean, maybe they've a part of that documentary. Maybe they got some change through their way. I don't know.
I want to see a documentary on how they all got screwed for 20 some years. That would be an interesting, like a feature length documentary, not just even as a supplemental feature. I would watch that. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like that has been so interesting what they achieved and then got thrown right. They had to keep their jobs the entire time.
Yeah.
Their day jobs.
Yeah.
It is wild what happened to them.
If Second Sight's out there watching, which they probably are, maybe they can comment and let us know. How do you compensate the actors of the Blair Witch Project? Can you? Will it happen? Is it out of your control? And you're just like, look, we just want to put this movie out. Like, what is it?
Yeah. But I mean, to me, it's so fascinating because what this film represented, and it was indie. I mean, if you were around at this time, it went up against the grain and became like, how much money? I don't even want to know the amount of money that everyone profited off that film. But to see the creators of it and the stars, I mean, to say they got nothing is an understatement. It's crazy. I would love to see a documentary They
Well-
should finance it and do it themselves. Oh, that's right. They're broke.
They're broke. Well, speaking of money, as soon as I saw this, because it piqued my interest when I saw that article about like, hey, the more like complete definitive thing is coming out from Second Sight. I'm like, oh crap, I love the Blair Witch Project. Second Sight's gonna put it out. Great. I obviously had a knee-jerk reaction to just like cart this thing, but then no matter where I looked, even on some of the other like websites, you can't get away with getting this thing with shipping and everything else for like any less than like $55 to $60, which I could not pay the money for. I was like, a couple of things sort of, struck me. One, I know this is probably the best version of this movie that will probably ever come out. I feel like packaging wise. And the more I sat on it, I thought to myself, money aside, I really do like the Blair Witch Project a lot. It was one of those movies I saw in the theater, and it did freak me out like some people were freaked out. I know this was also polarizing. Some people walk out, be like, that was the most stupidest, boringest thing ever. To me, I really liked what I saw, and I would love to own it. But I'm like, I'm probably good with maybe like the $20 to $35 range for something that comes out. I don't know that this will ever come out in 4K. Not that that's what I'm waiting for, but I don't know that I need like the book about it and the journal about it. That's kind of where I was like weighing out. For a Blu-ray also, it's like $10 more than even the Late Night with the Devil, I believe, before shipping and everything else. So I don't know. I backed off.
I was always in between on this movie. Honestly, when I saw it in the theater, trust me, it was a requirement back in 1999. You had to.
Yeah.
Dude, I even saw, my mom saw it in the theater. Like everybody did. It gave me a headache. And that's what I'll always remember. Dude, it was too shaky in the theater. And I remember thinking, well, one, I remember being angry. I got a headache. But I also remember thinking that ending was really cool. But I was like, I never want to sit through this again. But I respected it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I felt even at the time, it was like, I could tell this was different. The approach, how they brought the internet into it, how even at the time, most people thought it was real, which is so funny to me.
If I could add,
I was a 17-year-old alcoholic who smoked weed every day, and I knew this was bullshit.
Members of my family believed this to be real before this was even in the theater. You know how like the guerrilla like campaign that they did where they were like inserting like newspaper articles and that kind of thing before there was even any movie promo. It was just like you would read about it and how this thing was real. I remember being at like a family gathering, someone having one of those newspapers, sharing it with me and being like, can you believe this? Like they found this videotape of these people that got found. And like they're making like a documentary out of it and blah blah blah. Like they believed it.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like I was aware of all that stuff too, but I all knew it was bullshit.
My family did not.
I was a kid still. But I respected that. I noticed that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is very unique. I've never seen a film achieve this. And it showed what the future of internet marketing and hey, look where it got us. Thanks, Blair Witch.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I've said this before and I'm going to say this one more time. This is the regular, they always do their limited and regular simultaneously. And this release will have all those same special features. It will have the same transfer and all that stuff, just not all the extras. If they could start putting slips on their releases, like their regular ones, and this is probably going to be like the snobbiest thing ever, but like I would almost consider in this scenario, because I didn't want all that extra stuff, to probably pick this up. But I don't know.
You're going to get other editions.
And that's why I feel like I'm okay with waiting. But come on. I mean, Second Sight, like I feel like there should be a slipcase on that. Am I wrong? I don't know. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm fine. I'm wrong.
To me, you're wrong. Because if I'm ordering from Second Sight, I'm not ordering a basic edition.
You're not. But what if you wanted to?
Like, this isn't even a problem for me.
But what if you wanted to? What if you're like me and you're like, you know what? I freaking love the Blair Witch Project and they're giving me all this new documentary and all this stuff.
For a Region B locked Blu-ray, man?
But if I have a region free player?
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a you problem. This is very specific. Because it's going to be re-released. Honestly, all right, let me tell you this. If I was concerned with all the things you said, I wouldn't be, because you're going to get a North American release. You're going to get other releases of this.
You will, but will it have all the Second Sight trimmings that they are putting in? It might not have that full-length documentary. It might have zero. It might be bare bones bullshit. And maybe they do some, let's upscale this in 4K. Like, this is the real deal as far as content's concerned. Huh?
We're gonna upscale the Blair Witch Project,
Dude. You know they will.
Now, see, this is a title I would be perfectly happy just on DVD or
Right.
Blu-ray.
Right.
I don't even really need that upgrade, but I hear you. I would definitely pick it up. But I'm just saying, no. If you're on the fence, let me give you advice as a friend.
Give me advice.
As your attorney, I advise you. I just hold out, dude. Hold out.
I'll hold out. Let's see what
you don't need to pay all that shipping and all that for.
Let's see what the chat thinks
for
about
a
it.
Regular edition Blu-ray, dude.
Let's see. What does the chat think about this? How many people got Blair Witch Project? How many people got Late Night with the Devil? How many Late Night with the Devils do you own? How many of you have bought like literally all of them as they come out? I mean,
Stephen King has all 23 of them.
dude, I would buy that like umbrella one and then like put that original art steel in it, but like get the 4K from one of the other ones and slap. We have to Frankenstein it together.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with the Second Sight one, to be honest. And I like that I'm expanding my Second Sight collection. It's getting big.
It really is.
Getting big.
You have me beat on Second Sight. You definitely have me beat.
Let's see. What do we have here? Russ, Dundee says lies. Russ couldn't sleep for multiple days after Blair Witch Project.
No. I did, though. I saw it twice in the theater. I saw it, and both times it gave me a fucking headache.
MGJ 0728. I'm based in the UK, and I'd love for Second Sight to start doing slips on standard releases. I know, come on. Like, I know I saw someone else make fun, like cardboard enthusiasts. Like, I get it. Like, it's more cardboard and everything else, but we all enjoy when you get that first run release of any title and it comes with a slip.
I agree.
Before you miss out on it.
And listen, I'm not against Second Sight putting slipcases on there.
You are. You sound like it.
I just don't think it's a requirement.
It doesn't need to be a requirement. I'm just saying it would be nice if they started.
You give us people that collect cardboard cases a bad name.
It's kind of like that Silence of the Lambs. I don't need that slip over top, but man, it's kind of cool that they're doing it. Now I'm going to want it on everything.
I know, man. Once they tickle you
once you get tickled,
life.
I know. Once you get tickled, let's say, what's Region B, boo. I know. Eric Otto says, Region B, boo. I wanted this in 4K. Region B Kings, Oscar Burroughs.
Oscar Burroughs, he's got some clever posts for us.
None of your business says James Cameron should restore Blair Witch. Oh, that's great. Dan Joker saw this when he was 8 years old. He thought it was real. I mean, I might have thought it was real when I watched it. I don't know what I was thinking when I went in. Maybe I did.
Well, and I'm not judging 8-year-olds for that. I'm judging at the time, like Matt, like you just said, someone in your family. I vividly recall adults like thinking that. And I was, for reference, I was 17.
Yeah.
I wasn't like a child and saw through it. I was basically an adult. And I was into movies. I was a kid who read and watched everything about behind the scenes. So like I was kind of ahead of the game on it. You know what I mean? In terms of it being a real documentary.
Well, let's be real, though. Like, even though the story was obviously not real and that was all fake, like, the way that they directed those people, they were real. Like, they were acting terrified, not because they were acting. I feel like they were literally terrified. They were starving to death. They had been, like, basically, left out there to die and filming this thing, and they cut it together in a real movie, watching real emotions. It's like Naked and Afraid before that was a thing.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
That's real.
I'm not talking about the quality of the film.
Realism.
Let me get back to this. Do you know what my reasoning honestly was at 17 that I knew it wasn't real? What, are they going to release a snuff film in the national theaters?
I mean, no one knows what really happened. The camera dropped.
Yeah, the families are all going to sign off on this and be like, hey, oh, fuck. Hey, my nephew Jimmy just died, but let's collect that check. It was a great movie. Like, they were going to fucking do that.
They were raising awareness for the Blair Witch.
They don't want
people going to those woods.
At 17, even I knew that was fucking ridiculous. Raising awareness. We were all wearing bracelets and shit. Don't go into the woods in Maryland.
Don't go.
Come on.
You know what happened to those poor kids?
And that too, Maryland isn't far from us. So that was another thing that keyed me in on like, nah, dude.
And that guy was standing in the corner at the end, and that lady screaming, and that camera drops.
It wasn't scary at all.
It freaked me out, dude.
Oh, yeah, it was creepy. It was creepy and clever, but the movie wasn't scary.
Freaked me out. Well, I don't see anyone saying that they picked this up. I feel like everyone's thinking the same thing.
What's that?
That it's expensive as hell.
Oh, yeah.
And it's been a tough month.
And they agree with me.
Let's see.
I agree with Who said that? Can we get a 4K of Last of the Mohicans? I'm shocked that there isn't one. You got Daniel Day-Lewis.
True.
It's Michael Mann.
Yeah.
I'm shocked at that. You'd think that would have been released by now.
William Driver said the Terminator Steelbook has been bouncing in and out of stock. Amazon has it sold out for now. It went quick. Russ, you blew it.
Oh, damn.
You blew it, Russ. I picked it up just because I don't think it will get a North American release, says the Dundies. I mean, why wouldn't it?
What, Blair Witch?
Yeah, if Artisan, whoever can get it.
Yeah, we're gonna get a North American
Anchor
release. Definitely. If you're, I know the Dundies, they roast me all the time. Hey, you know what? You're not worthy, in my opinion. I was gonna help them, but the Dundies, that's the person who always rips me about Twister. The
Rightfully.
The Dundies is the reason your basement flooded, Matt.
Rightfully. Well,
Lindsay, the producer, get him out of the chat.
banished.
Put my foot down.
The big thing that I'm obviously waiting for from them is the Hitcher. But I don't know if you saw or if anybody else saw this, in case you didn't miss. I don't even know. Maybe the second sight one's still on sale. I'm actually not sure. But a German company is putting out a Mediabook 4K with the original art on it. If you're a Mediabook fan, I mean, if you wanted a different 4K version, or like I said, if the other one sold out. But here's this version. What do you think about this?
I think that's sweet, and I'd jump on it at the second sight. Second sight as of today. As of August 2024.
Yes.
The second sight is king. If you get a second sight release of a film, that you can feel comfortable saying this is the definitive edition, in my eyes. So when I get that Hitcher second sight release, I'm complete.
When did they buy you out, Russ? Sounded like they bought. Yeah, that sounded like a commercial.
I don't usually watch the Hitcher, but when I do,
it's
on Tubi.
It's from second Tubi.
I don't have a button for Tubi yet.
Tubi.
We gotta. Yeah, no, I'm in Tubi's pocket.
Tubi's pocket.
I'm trying. I'm auditioning for Second Sight. And Criterion, once they announce House Party for December of 2024, I'll be their official spokesman.
Official spokesman of Tubi.
Tubi, Criterion, and Second Sight. I'm branching out, Matt.
Branching out.
I'm expanding my portfolio.
Well, let's move forward, Russ. Let's move on.
But that's sweet.
That's nice. It's cool.
I like media books.
I do too.
And for some reason, Germany, they love themselves a good media book.
I mean, I don't mind them. I love my Bloodsport one, and I've got a couple of other ones. It's like one of those things where, because I put all my stuff in alphabetical order, whereas most people that have media books probably have them all together. My stuff's like all like weird, like here comes a media book jutting out. Here comes like Train Spotting's big ass jumping out. Here comes, other things that just look a little off.
But even when you line up media books, they come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. They don't all just lie uniformly together.
I got a Maximum Risk media book.
I got a cool. They're all German.
They are.
Ones. I'm pretty sure every media book. I have a body double one that's pretty sweet.
4 Rooms.
Nightmare Notes. You know what's funny, Matt? If you passed away tomorrow, that is the one thing I'd rummage for, like, through your collection and grab, is that 4 Rooms book.
You got to let Finn go through it first.
You don't want 4 Rooms. No,
he will.
No, dude. You and I became friends by playing Little Green Bag, me on bass guitar and you on drums. We learned that through Reservoir Dogs. We were 15 years old. I deserve your 4 Rooms Blu-ray.
Media book.
I will fight your son.
Just invite him over when he's old enough to watch it.
That funeral is going to be awkward, Matt.
Invite him over when it's time to watch it. Maybe. All right, Russ, let's move forward. Let's talk about Disney for a quick hot second, because they're just...
Are they jumping back in the physical media game?
Somehow. they decide to dip their toes in for a quick payday, is what it seems like to me.
Are they bringing back clamshell cases?
That would be pretty ballsy of them to do that.
Dude, if they put out that would even probably push me over the line. Like, here's the Little Mermaid in a clamshell case.
The clamshell
4K.
case.
I'm not gonna lie, the nostalgic kid in me would be like, yo, I kind of want that.
Well, coming out not in a clamshell case is The Sixth Sense from Disney. The Sixth Sense. Now, in a clamshell case, that would be pretty rad. I
feel like Haley Joel Osment is setting the world on fire again.
This is coming out October 22nd in its 25th anniversary, if you can believe that, Russ. 25 years.
Same with Blair Witch.
And obviously this was bound to come. I'm I guess I'm not surprised that Disney's putting this out again. This is like a surefire title that they'll definitely line their pockets with really quick. I don't know why this didn't come out in a Sony Steelbook. Come on, Sony. I thought they picked up all this business. Let's go. Why are they getting the
Sony
leftovers?
Distributing it's Disney-owned titles that they're doing?
I thought they shipped it all over to Sony, but Sony's still got a couple here or Disney still got a couple here to throw out.
You're right. This is as confusing to me as not giving Zodiac any love.
Yeah.
I feel like Zodiac is a title that deserved more bells and whistles. I feel like The Sixth Sense does as well.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like testing.
There hasn't really been anything revealed on any features that are on here other than what the transfer is going to be, original camera negative, all that kind of stuff. I hope that doesn't mean, like, if you go to the bluray.com listing, there's no, like, it shows like what's coming with it. There's nothing about features. It would make total sense to me if they put nothing on here because that's what they're, known to probably do. But I hope there's at least some rehashed stuff. Do you remember this one?
Dude, I remember the first DVD that came out.
This Vista series?
Yeah.
Dude, remember how awesome this Vista series DVD was? Like, look at this thing. It's like got that sick, first the cover itself is like kind of shiny.
Yeah.
Remember that shiny here? Hold that for me, Russ.
Sorry.
I only got one hand. And then it comes in this like really huge digibook that like has like all these extra pages just for pictures. And then there was like a booklet in here, but it was like nice.
Yeah.
Come on.
And they did that, I remember, for Unbreakable as well.
Hell yeah, they did.
Did they stop at Unbreakable? Did Signs get that treatment?
It did not.
Of course not.
It did not, but this was really awesome. So I don't know. This also is kind of like that original art, but just updated slightly.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I never owned that, but like I'm talking the first DVD that came out of The Sixth Sense back in 99, 2000. I had that.
I waited for collector's editions even back then, Russ. I was holding out even back then.
You were a wise man. You were like me at 17 with the Blair Witch Project. You knew what you were doing. But even that though, I remember to this day, it had deleted scenes.
Yeah, dude.
And all this stuff. So I think at the very least, it's going to carry over those original features.
I hope so. Here's my 4K Unbreakable.
There's never been a better
4K.
edition of Unbreakable on 4K than that.
No, that's it.
That surprises me as well.
That's it. I would have liked a Steelbook for this. Maybe there will be one. I don't know. They did a Steelbook for the Unbreakable. It was really bad looking though.
I just asked you, was that the only thing? And you said
sorry.
they did a Steelbook.
Yeah, they did I'm sorry. Yeah, they did this and a Steelbook, like a Best Buy exclusive one.
Okay.
And it was like purple. It was all like Mr. Glass.
I remember we covered that.
Yeah, it wasn't
But the
great.
reason I asked is because I know. I was like, well, you're a big Unbreakable fan.
Yeah.
Why do you have that basic edition?
Yeah, because I didn't want that garbagey one. And then here's Signs, which why did they do that?
Why,
Dude, why did
Joaquin
they
Phoenix's face do that?
They massacred my boy. They massacred
Which
him.
one?
I mean, honestly, like what in the hell? Why do they do that?
All right, I'm buying this one.
Like, and I really enjoy Signs a lot. And I was so excited to say, oh my gosh, Signs and, Sixth Sense finally coming out. And then I pull both these arts up and I'm like, I know we're not in this for the art, but for God's sake, it's like part of the whole experience with what you display, what you show, what you pull out, what you have to look at and engage with when it's time to put this shit in. And every time I pull this out and I'm going to be like looking at Joaquin Phoenix's sort of AI scrubbed, strange, off kilter ass.
He looks like the Matt Damon puppet in Team America.
Matt Damon. Joaquin Phoenix.
He looks like a marionette who just figured out he wants to be a real boy.
I know, man. And even Mel, I mean, like, so here's the DVD. It's kind of a blend of the original poster art with like them with like flashlights on the top. And it's got actually kind of the same.
I always thought that was the original poster art.
No, the original poster art, which they're doing here.
No, I always thought this was the original poster. Joaquin Phoenix's face like that. That's why I saw the movie.
It's so like desaturated. They've taken all the color out. Like, look at this. It's like nice and orangey. It's kind of like reminds you of an actual scene from the movie, not whatever this is. Like, here's the poster. Like, that's ominous as shit. What's this on the left? Not ominous at all. It's dumb.
No, I like it.
This is like What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
That does look like the cover
Like,
of
what?
What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Honestly. Why'd they do that? Ah.
And why'd they make him look like Arnie?
Why? There's nothing wrong with him here.
No, I'm buying this one. That's great. I love that.
I'm sorry, but that's not good.
It's
That's not
not.
good.
It's hilarious though.
I can't wait to see what they do for The Village. That probably come next, and that'll probably look even more
That's a
terrible.
blind buy. I've never even seen the movie, but if they nail the artwork for The Village, just yes, Joaquin Phoenix is in it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, put out The Village with this face on the cover. Day one pre-order, man. Day one.
Lindsay's flagging us down. What do you got in the booth there?
I just love this comment from Eric Otto. I feel like this is spot on. He said the signs cover is a human rights violation.
It's offensive.
It is.
It really is.
It's so bad.
It's a hate crime.
It-
I honestly, yeah.
If, and if you're a fan of this movie, like I am, it's like that sucks. Like that just sucks. You could have done. You could have taken that poster right there, slapped like 4K Ultra HD for the first time on the bottom, and called it a day.
But Matt, roll with me for a second. If you're someone like me who doesn't care about the movie all that much, this is so funny. And honestly, it's kind of pushing me over the edge to buy it because I'm rethinking the whole film now. Like, dude, was Joaquin Phoenix's face like?
Are they trying to make him younger? They're almost trying to make him look like a 13-year-old boy. He's a grown man.
It's like that movie.
He's a grown man in this.
They throw Martin Short as Clifford on the cover.
I'm sorry. Like if you looked at this movie, you might not even see the crop circle at the bottom. You'd just be looking at them like signs. What is this? Like some sort of weird religious drama?
You know what someone should do, and it would be badass? Do a steelbook of just that image of the alien walking by on the,
birthday party.
I'm serious. Everyone knows it. You're not spoiling much, and that's a great image. Do a steelbook of that. And jokes aside, do a steelbook of that. This movie is mid for it's okay. I don't hate it. This is a movie to me where I feel like the people who hate it go way too hard on it. But the people like you, I'm kind of like, what are you seeing in it? You know, I'm thoroughly in the middle. But if you nailed like a cool, you did that cover with that alien walking by, I'd buy that. It would push me over the edge.
I need a steelbook ASAP, not of this, and please get it right the second time. I don't
even think James Cameron could get over this.
No. I will say, just a side note, if you are a digital fan, if you're somebody that watches this stuff digitally and doesn't pick up physical media, these are already available. So like these come out October 22nd on physical media, but you can see the 4Ks now. There's like a bundle they're doing, Signs, Unbreakable, and Sixth Sense that you can purchase together for all you streamers.
I got to support my boy. He lives on my street, man. Seriously.
M. Night
Shyamalan, yeah. He like the main road, I live off of this, but that main road, he lives on it. And I'm not anywhere near him. This road is like 30 miles at least, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But once you go way far from where I am and it gets more sparse and rich and like technically whenever I go to the vet for my cat, I drive by his home. I just don't know which one it is.
You give him a shout out as you're driving by.
I'm going to try to get him to autograph this slipcase of signs.
Oh my God. I can't believe what they've done. All right, moving on.
Dude, actually, you know what's funny though? All the houses, like wherever he lives, they look exactly like this house on the cover of Signs. It's like, you know, he's got huge yards and a little like big quasi mansion looking thing.
The 12-year-old Joaquin Phoenix running
around us too. That makes sense. He's got 12-year-old
Joaquin Phoenix running around. Let's jump over to Paramount. See what they're doing. They're doing some stuff. We've got to discuss.
Yeah, dude, Joaquin Phoenix's face there makes me want a Paramount Presents release.
I know. Let's wash let's cleanse our palate with some Paramount.
Oh God.
So we already shown this. This is the 4K version of The Ring that's coming out in October. There's like a steelbook and a regular. This is like the one that Paramount's putting out. But like randomly, I saw a collector's edition of this in Italy and in France on Amazon, but they've been sold out since I saw the blurb about it. Oops, that's not it. That's something else.
That's some wild artwork.
I know. Here, let's put Joaquin Phoenix back up for a second.
Please.
Let's get him. Hold on, let me find it. That should be like our screensaver.
What does Joaquin Phoenix think of that? Who okayed that? Yeah, that's you know what? Fuck you, James Cameron. We need to take a stand if we're getting Joaquin Phoenix's face looking like that.
I don't know where it went. Here, let me.
You know what?
Get out of my
Don't worry about it.
I will not move out of my mom's basement until we fix this. What are you doing? Everything went.
No, I'm gonna find it.
About to say, did James Cameron?
No,
shut off the power?
James Cameron came in and shut this shit down. No, here it is. Sorry, I just didn't have the image ready like I thought I did, but I've got it here now, because I can show you what they're doing. Let's see. It wants me to take all their cookies.
Take those cookies, Matt.
All right, so
Toss those cookies.
this is it here. So this is like a collector's edition release of The Ring that I saw in Italy and in France. Oops, good lord! Sign up for their newsletter. Select newsletter now. There we go. And basically it's the same Steelbook that's already coming out, but they're putting it in like this VHS like hard box with all like this traditional stuff that's going in there, like poster, cards, booklet, like all that kind of thing, which honestly I feel like is perfect. Like a VHS hard box with that steel going in there. I feel like that's pretty on point.
That is definitely on brand for The Ring.
I know, and I think Paramount did an okay job here figuring this one out. However, like
Paramount
I said,
Italy did a good job.
They did, or France, but I don't know if anybody saw this, if anybody like got a pre-order off before it sold out. Again, I just saw a quick announcement for it.
It's gone.
Yeah, well, at least at those two places, unless UK or Zavvi or someone pick it up. I don't know. But it comes out late October.
Didn't they do a Steelbook or something that was the VHS?
They did. Oh yeah, the Blu-ray for their 20th anniversary or something.
Yeah. But I'm with you. No, that as a box.
Yeah, that would be the one to go.
Makes way more sense.
Yeah, dude, that one's awesome. So I wanted to show you that. I don't know, like I said, if anybody else picked this up, got this, knows where you can get it somewhere else. I can only see it. I couldn't even see the price. I have no idea what it even cost. I'd
probably pick up a Bare Bones Region B Blair Witch before I pick up The Ring, man.
I love The Ring. I'm ready for The Ring. I definitely didn't pick up that Blu-ray. Certainly not.
So you've been holding out.
Yeah, of course.
You're looking to get that VHS one.
Well, I'm going to get this if that one doesn't come to fruition. Yeah. But yeah, I knew right away what they were doing when they put that Blu-ray out, 20th anniversary nonsense. Paramount's also doing these two collector's editions that I wanted to show you. This one is Pet Sematary. And it's 35th anniversary, I guess. It's coming out sometime September, early October. And it's also only UK, Germany, or Italy. And they already have this out in 4K. It's just, this is like this limited like box art treatment. And there's nothing for the US. It's just for the European.
Pet Sematary is already available on 4K, the original?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wait, it's a Steelbook, don't I?
Yeah, they've already, this is already.
Do I have it? I thought that Steelbook I had, oh my God. Matt, I'm losing my mind.
But.
Did they put out a 4K when the remake came out?
I'm actually not sure. Do you want me to check you on that?
No, let's keep it rolling. We just spent a whole lot of time on The Ring and nobody cared.
I cared. I wanted to show this to you because obviously, it's a collector's edition that Paramount's putting out. And
I'm a big fan of this movie.
Yeah, and I don't know if you had ever picked it up. I never have. But the thing that's like obviously the glaring, there's The Ring. I knew I had it. Is that what this cat art that I feel like they've leaned into even in the previous releases that have come out. It's always like leaning into this cat.
Yeah.
And again,
Winston,
when you look at this art, which has always in a way like haunted me every time I see it, it's so effective and it's incredible.
I used to wear a t-shirt of it.
Dude, it's so good. And they've never really, to my understanding at least, completely capitalized on this. I know they've probably had a little bit of referencing it, but it's always the cat. They always have the cat on there, and the cat's damn front and center. But man, it's a missed opportunity.
Even more insulting as someone who's a big fan. This is probably outside of The Shining, my favorite Stephen King horror adaptation. That cat, it's like they're trying to confuse you with the modern shit.
Yeah.
That doesn't even look like Winston. That doesn't even look like Church in the movie.
No,
nothing. That is nothing at all from the movie. At all. And it's a cute illustration for like a fucking kid's book. And it's nothing at all what I think of with 1989 Pet Sematary, directed by Mary Lambert.
That movie right there is what gives you the Pet Sematary feeling. That terrifying, foul feeling. And that's how you feel when you watch it. This, like you said, it's like like a scary story book for children.
Yeah, nah, that artwork's better. Oh no, didn't they change the scary stories artwork real quick though too? No, that artwork is so bad, or so badass. The original one, I have an 11x17 of that, and I met the dude who played Pascal.
Yeah,
he signed it for me too. It's awesome.
No, it is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I know that the cat is an integral part of the story, but it's not like the main character or really anything that should be wholly focused on when it comes to that movie, I didn't think.
No, you haven't seen it in a while. It's like Garfield.
He's in every scene.
He doesn't like Mondays.
But and I never saw the remake, but just looking at that poster, they go hard on the cat too. It's like that is that like
put that down. Don't even get me started on this shit.
I wanted to rile you up.
I actually saw this damn thing. No, and you know why I saw it? I went on a double date. It was my wife and my friend, and actually he just got married. And I had no say really. It was kind of like, what can we see? I was like, oh, Pet Sematary. Okay, cool, whatever. Nah, one of the worst. Anyway, dude, it's not even worth talking about.
It's not, but I just wanted to compare. Look, it's almost the same cat in the same version of what they're trying to do.
Right, confuse you and
stop it.
Coincidentally, I just out of the blue told you all who directed Pet Sematary.
Yes.
Clearly, I'm a fan.
Yes,
nobody knows that.
No,
and I haven't even picked this up on 4K because that artwork pisses me off so much. Not because it's bad. It's oh my god,
doesn't represent the movie.
Not at all. Not at all. Not in the slightest.
No. Pet Sematary is hard. That artwork is not hard.
I don't mind throwing the cat on the cover, but I mean, like, I don't know. Just take a real image from the movie. Isn't that hard?
It's not.
Seriously. Hell, do something that would be even incredible. If you put out special artwork, a steelbook, something with Zelda. You know how many kids I say kids, we're all old men now. You know how many people from our generation would pick that up? Because that scene terrified the shit out of us.
Oh, it's awful.
You know exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Her sister.
Yeah.
Zelda. Yeah. I can't tell you. That is legitimately one of the only things that scared me as a child. When I watched any horror movie, that Zelda stuff scared me.
There's moments in that movie beyond that are scary, but you're right. That is like very horrific.
Just capitalize on that if you have to. You don't even need the cat. There's so many things you could go on. Dude, throw Fred Gwynn on the cover. Just throw him on there, man.
Just get him on there. Get him a collage.
Yeah, it's a wedding photo from his personal life. Throw that on there. That'd be better.
One other thing that I wanted to mention. See down here in the corner, it says Paramount Scares. They're giving it that label for that. You know those Paramount Scares box sets they're doing? That was in, I believe that was in one.
Wait, Paramount, you guys need an intervention. This is getting out of hand. Stop. Yeah, I know.
Here's Rosemary's Baby. It's like another one that's like identical.
God, have they remade Rosemary's Baby? They probably have. And it looks like that, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's just kind of very similar with the original poster in there and just kind of like these bigger box types for their Paramount Scares line.
And if you're like me and you don't like this artwork, keep in mind, I'm sure Criterion will put out Rosemary's Baby on 4K at some point. Have they already?
Yeah, on Blu-ray.
No, I know, but I'm saying on 4K.
No, not yet.
Like, you don't need
Paramount just put a standalone out.
Yeah.
It was in their Scares line, and now it's this.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're like me and you think all of this is goofy, in Rosemary's Baby's case, you're most likely going to get a 4K from Criterion.
Yep.
So I wouldn't even bother with that corny shit.
More Paramount goodness here. First, in time for Gladiator 2, they're putting Gladiator out. And then if you didn't already give them your money for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for what was known as the worst transfer of all time in their 4K regular, they're putting it back out in a steelbook in case you didn't pick that up yet. In case they didn't get enough bad press, they're like, there's got to be more people out there that want a steelbook.
Did you pick up that Planes, Trains?
No.
I don't remember. That was like when we first started this channel.
It got the most horrific reviews, and I was like, I guess I'm not getting that.
You know, I'm going to blow your mind. I've never seen it.
And Gladiator, I would say, that's not horrible. I've got a regular of this, but if you can get your hands on the Everything Blue, that would be the way to go. There is just a personal update in my life. There is a Casino Everything Blue as of like a couple of days ago on eBay right now, one of them. And there's like it's like for like $180 free shipping, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it. But I'm not spending $180 on Casino, but I'm sitting there looking at it like, God, there it is. Come on. Reach out to me with like a 50% off coupon because you can't get any buyers. Come on.
Nah, just hide it from Lindsay, the producer, dude. Just order
No, I
that
can't-
and the Blair Witch
I can't do that.
Project.
I can't do that with a good conscience. And then lastly, more Paramount L's, L after L, is, again, I keep going back to that box they're putting out, that Scares line box, where it was like, hey, this has got Friday the 13th Part 2 in 4K for the first time. Hey, it's got Breakdown in 4K for the first time. And then all of a sudden, like a week later, it's like, oh, you can get them in standalones if you want to. It's like, what's the cachet of that box? Just if you want to buy a box set kind of a thing? Like, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't make any sense to me. You haven't doubled, you're like waiting too long, you're waiting too early to double dip me.
Well, what happened was they wanted to put out Breakdown in 4K, but Kurt Russell had it in his contract. I will not allow this to happen unless it is packaged with Friday the 13th Part 2.
Dude, I'm really interested in this breakdown.
Kurt Russell, Friday the 13th Part 2 is Kurt Russell's favorite movie of all time.
So they had to blend them.
That was the only way he would allow himself and Breakdown to be released.
Dude, I want to get Breakdown.
He's actually pissed because on this release, it doesn't say Paramount Scares at the bottom of it. He's about to take him to court over that one, Matt.
He looks like it. He looks pissed. He's looking down in the corner. He's like,
Where's that Paramount
Where's that
Scares?
logo? Instead, it's my wife and mom jeans. Where is that logo?
They better include this with Friday the 13th Part 2.
Is that how Kurt Russell thinks in his head? Is that his voice? His inner monologue sounds like a muffled Carlito.
Maybe a sandwich, Goldie.
Let's check in with the chat, Russ. Before we move forward, let's check in with the chat. Let's see what's happening. Are people still out there? Are people still interested?
They went out to go order the Paramount Scares box.
Triple LR3 says, I think there was a Rosemary's Baby reboot with Zoe Saldana.
That sounds familiar. I vaguely remember reading something about that. I mean, I wouldn't watch it. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the original Rosemary's Baby.
Dinier says, don't spend that money on Casino.
Dinier, I love Casino as well. This isn't a Matt thing.
It's probably already bought. It's fine. It'll be fine. More Carlos Vega. We haven't seen Carlito in a while. I wonder what he is up to. Destroyer of Wombs. Stoked for the Blazing Saddles 4K. We are going to talk about that a little bit later.
Are we here?
Yeah.
Today? Oh, okay. I didn't know if you meant later in a future live stream.
No, we've got it coming
today.
up, Russ. We got Blazing Saddles coming up.
Okay. Did they finally put out a goddamn release date? I pre-ordered it months ago.
They got some stuff. I think it's the cat from the remake, says Eric Otto on the front cover. It probably is, just like they used that new Freddy on the Nightmare on Elm Street release.
Yeah.
They're just using all the new stuff.
That was a new Joaquin Phoenix on the Signs release.
Jordan says The Ring is overrated. Jordan, we used to be friends. I don't know that I can stand by you anymore.
Jordan, we love you, but what's funny is that's like the most confrontational I've ever seen Jordan be. He really stood his ground with you, man.
The Ring is overrated. No, it is not. Naomi Watts is a gem. That is great horror.
Jordan said, Matt, you're full of shit.
It was effective, and it got me then, and it'll get me again, I'm sure.
Honestly, I'm with Jordan. It's overrated. It's
okay.
Wait. It's an overrated horror movie, but it's an underrated American remake horror movie.
It's the top of the list.
Yeah, it's at the top of the list if we're looking at American horror remakes. Oh, The Ring with Naomi Watts. You'd be hard pressed to find a better one.
Dan Joker pre-ordered Zodiac and The Ring on 4K, and probably will get Friday the 13th Part 2.
I pre-ordered Zodiac. Did you?
No.
Really?
I mean, when I want to watch it again, it's probably when I'll pick it up again. It'll always be there.
I feel like for a sort of basic release like that, I like pre-ordering and just getting the lowest price.
Yeah, I have a bunch of those in my cart, like Footloose, Steel Magnolias, titles like that I'm like, I want, but I'm not on I need to really urgently pick them up.
Let's ask the chat. Are you guys holding out on Steel Magnolias, or did you pick it up day one?
It didn't look like it ever came with a slip, so I did not, run out immediately and be like, I got to get that slip for my Steel Magnolias.
Yeah, I know, man.
Ever since Matt Mead, ever since he guilted me over the Pulp Fiction slipcase. I've never really forgotten those words. And I know that's a thing within collecting culture anyway, is getting the slips and making sure you get them and whatever. And I understand it.
It's completely ridiculous, but it's part of my life.
It also keeps things uniform.
Yeah, dude. And that's why I pre-ordered Zodiac. It's like, I got to at least have the slip.
Yeah.
Paramount got me on this one.
Yeah.
But then we pointed out, and I thought it was funny, the first time on 4K.
Yeah.
Like, even Paramounts, they know they're full of shit.
Oscar Burrows says, I'm holding out for an Untamed Heart 4K.
Ooh.
Wait. Oh, I know. Oscar's the guy. He has a crush on Marissa Tomei like I do. We bonded over that. We fell in love with Marissa Tomei in Untamed Heart.
Nicholas Friedman says, just love listening to you three. Hear that, Lindsay, the producer? You got a shout out from Nicholas Freeman. He loves listening to us three.
Sweetie pie.
We like Cantaloupe as well. Bitty bitty bop.
There's 50% off Arrow Video Sale at Barnes & Noble right now. Go get Desperado 4K Steel. Thank you, Anthony, from Arrow Video at Barnes & Noble.
Well, no. Honestly, thank you, Anthony, because I saw that and we're doing a live stream about physical media and I didn't say it. So Anthony's doing our job.
Thank you, Anthony.
I did think about it. Hey, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. What else we got here?
Marissa Tomei forever, man.
Forever.
Spring break.
Victor Fontaine, I have that Zavvi Collector's Edition of Blazing Saddles pre-ordered too. Triple R3 says, I'm holding off on Steel Magnolias.
Idle Hands 4K. That's a no-brainer. Why hasn't Scream Factory done that? That seems like something they would do.
Groove 3 for $30 also. A lot of sales going on. I mean...
some people earlier said that the Barnes & Noble sale was still continuing on.
Oh.
I don't know if it's all the Criterion movies.
It might be the Arrow
I think it was
one.
through September.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of sales. I'm waiting for October for Scream. I've got a pile up on Scream, I feel like now. Most of my other stuff I'm caught up on.
I told you we were mocking them a bit, but I feel like they're they're working out.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like they're like in the middle of the training montage right now.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's gonna go. They still might lose to Apollo, but as of right now, they're chasing the chicken and pulling trucks with their teeth and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I have the Stepfather pre-ordered. I'm not even waiting for that. I had to get the Stepfather. I had to lock that in.
I think I'm just holding on to like Death Becomes Her.
That as well. Yeah, you're right.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space, The Blob.
The Blob.
I'm like holding on to.
Yeah, Death Becomes Her. I definitely.
Shot Select Rolling Thunder was one I was kind of holding on to.
See, I held off on Rolling Thunder. Now the slip's gone, so now I feel like a dick.
Yeah. Gotcha.
See what I mean? A piece of cardboard can really determine whether or not I enjoy a film or not.
It can really ruin your day.
It really can. I liked Rolling Thunder for a long time, but now that I can't have that cardboard, I
can't even be bothered to watch it.
It's like, dude, can Schrader even write a movie?
Sorry, William Devane.
For real.
You're
you hook-handed son of a bitch.
All right, Russ. In the home stretch, we've got some Criterion to talk about. We're going to splash some Kino in there and a few odds and ends from over the pond or across the seas or whatever.
Sounds charming.
Something like that. Did you know, Russ, that Criterion's celebrating their 40th anniversary?
I didn't until I saw that obscenely priced set that they put out.
Yeah, so let's
I don't even know what the price is. I just made that joke. I'm sure it's expensive.
Celebrating their 40th anniversary, and it's cloth bound. It's pretty cool.
That's classy. That's something only Criterion could get away with. Vinegar Syndrome ain't gonna put out a cloth bound book of Savage Harbor.
No, and I'm really interested to hear what everyone out there has to say or what they're thinking about this when they saw it. Because this, I feel like, was instantly polarizing for many reasons. But let's just start from the top. So obviously, Criterion's now jumping into the collection game. They're putting their own collection together, like many other studios have been doing, and they're thrusting it out there. 40 films across 40 years, Russ. 40 films. And how they assembled this, which I thought was kind of clever. At least it wasn't just like random or anything, but I guess they put it together based on what the people that go to their closet videos, what the most selected movies were out of all the people that have gone in there.
That's interesting.
So out of every person that's ever gone in, they've, I guess, cataloged what they selected, and the ones that were at the top 40 are the ones that they put in here.
Well, that's going to be divisive, off the bat then. because you got to think the pressure of doing that. Let me give you a scenario.
Okay.
If I had to go into the Criterion closet, right?
Yep.
I would feel pressure to show off. You know what I mean?
Your knowledge.
Well, not even my knowledge. That's unquestionable. I'm come on. What I'm saying is though, no, like I would go in there and I would, it would be like, oh, Repo Man, fuck yeah. But I feel like I have to say Bergman's Persona. You know what I mean? I would. Come on, everyone would feel like that. But be real.
Sallow. Because you own that already.
No, but you know what I'm.
That's what you would have shown off.
You know what I mean? I with Criterion, I personally, you wouldn't feel pressure. You wouldn't feel.
I don't know.
You wouldn't feel. I'd be honest. I wouldn't lie, but I would go in there feeling like, yo, I got to pull something from the 40s.
I feel like I got to be prepared. Do you think they go in
That's what I'm
cold? Do
saying.
you think they're just like really looking?
But that's what I'm saying. So if you go in prepared, it's already kind of
Contrived.
Like thank you, perfect word. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and that's what I'm saying. If that's what Criterion is basing their criteria on, they're it's going to be a polarizing set. You know?
Yeah. Well, let's see what they're offering here, and then you tell me if this is going to be polarizing, divisive, maybe.
I'm glad we agreed about that study on human behavior, though.
All of these titles, did I mention, Russ, are coming in Blu-ray. So these are all Blu-ray titles. All of the extras that came originally with them are coming along for the ride. And then again, it's being housed in this cloth-bound, like, tome, basically. So this is what it looks like.
Oh, they got bugging out on it?
They got bugging out on it, Russ. I thought you might like that.
All right.
I thought you might like that. So you've got, this is what it looks like on the inside. I'd like to see what it looks like when those books are opened up. Like, because sometimes these things like slide into pockets. I don't know if it's like, like the traditional like punch out kind of style thing. Maybe that's why that book is so big. It like folds out in many ways and you pop them all in. Pockets I don't like, but you can't tell that for sure right now. But from a like design perspective, it looks really nice. Like it's a really nice looking product, so to speak. What you're getting inside, that's up to you whether you want to buy this thing, but I feel like they did a good job with the look of it.
That's kind of, like they're calling it that though. Criterion Closet Picks. They're actually calling the set that, right?
I don't know. It
says it on the disc right there. Criterion Closet Picks. So as long as they're not duping you into thinking,
no, I think that's its own disc. I think you're getting like a separate disc of those closet picks. Like that's like a bonus feature.
That's cool,
like a bonus
too.
disc.
But I mean, no, CC40, isn't it? Like,
well, it's Criterion Collection.
Criterion
40.
Criterion Collection.
Yeah,
I was thinking Criterion Closet.
No, yeah, Criterion Collection.
Bugging out threw me off, dude. Why they got him on there after his goddamn kicks got ran over by the bike tire? They could have found a classier picture of Bugging Out.
I like him. I like it.
I do too. There is no classy picture of Bugging Out.
Here is what it comes with, and right off the bat, some of the things that stood out to me were titles that
I've never seen anyone pick.
They might not be putting out in 4K themselves. Someone else has already done it or might already do it. Some of these already are out in 4K, but I will say there are a few on here. I think what did I see? I think Night of the Living Dead has a Criterion 4K.
Yeah, it does.
So there's like a couple in here that Criterion has put out in their own 4K.
Do the Right Thing does.
Do the Right Thing is Blu-ray. They put out whoever the studio is put that out on 4K.
Oh shit!
Remember, you got like a Steelbook for it. What did you get?
Yeah, but I have Criterion put it out too.
Not in 4K.
Really?
Yeah, I've been waiting.
I thought I had two versions of that.
See,
that's a movie I bought. Dude, I had the old Criterion DVD of it.
That Blu-ray is a nice digipack version.
And I have that too. I'm just confused.
I was hoping for a 4K
that's one of
version
my favorite movies. Oh.
But this is the list. I mean, there's some hits on here. There's some obviously that I'm a little unfamiliar with, but
Repo Man has a 4K and in like a week the Criterion Repo Man's coming out in 4K.
So it's a pretty interesting list. I think we say this a lot. I don't know who exactly this is for. Like who is buying this, or who are you buying this for? From a cost perspective, obviously these have to be Blu-ray, otherwise it would be like nuts. But for most people, like right now, it's $560 on Amazon. It is debuting in November, so you can get it for half off like right away. So it'll be about $280, $300-ish, maybe a little less depending on where you go, but about half off.
I'm gonna say I like it. You asked who is this for? I actually have an answer.
Tell me.
Demographic wise.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
I think this is an interesting way of trying to bring internet culture into film collecting by having that Criterion Closet tie-in. I think like maybe people who spend all day on their phones might come across those videos of, hey, here's Willem Dafoe, what is he doing? And like that might be a hook for them to want to check out the movies that their celebrity that they liked picked. You know,
Maybe.
what I mean? I think that's a cool hook. You're right. To people like us, this makes no goddamn sense at all.
Do you think people watching Criterion Closet videos on their
that's what
phone
I'm
are spending
saying.
$560?
That, and do you think people who are watching Criterion Closet videos aren't into movies already?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's what I mean. I don't know.
I'm not saying it's a great move, but I understand that logic that might have went behind
Well,
it.
that's why I said I thought it was cute. It tickled me.
It did.
It tickled
Let's
me.
be clear. It tickled me too.
Let's be clear that the way they curated this list, I thought was interesting. It's just, I just go back to, I don't know who I'm spending $300 on to give this to. Maybe like as we say about all these, it's like a starter pack for a certain type of person that you know. But like as a film collector, we're not buying this. I don't know who out there is buying it unless people that buy these kinds of collections.
That is a good starter pack, though. The titles they have here, like that whole discussion we just had about the contrived feeling.
Yeah.
And look, Persona is on here. That was my example.
It was.
Somebody did that.
Yeah.
And dude, Persona is a great movie, but no, like think about it. They got a nice splattering here. I mean, Repo Man is different. Is different from Do the Right Thing. You got Barry Lyndon, you
Night of the Hunter,
Mama, Night of the Hunter,
In Mood for
Aced in
Love,
the Hole,
good. Yeah,
A Woman Under the Influence. Rest in peace, Jenna Rowland just passed away. You've got,
it's a great collection.
it really is for like for a first. This is a good entry point for Criterion, honestly.
It's just who is out there is buying it. Who's buying it?
Who out there is like, damn, I've never collected or watched movies like that before. Let me spend $600.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a big commitment. It is. I don't know what the let's
Down by Law. You got Jarmusch on there, man.
I know, man. I know. So I don't know. It's interesting what they're doing. I don't know. It's not something obviously that I'm picking up or need.
Half those titles I already own.
I know. That's why it's not right for me. But
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be it for them for November, but they actually put a whole slate of titles out, and all of these are in 4K, and there are actually a lot of them are kind of bangers. I mean, Funny Girl, Paper Moon, Scarface, The Shape of Water, Seven Samurai, and then Godzilla. They got to get in on the Godzilla love after all this -1 hype. They're like, all right, we got to put our Godzilla back out and let's get that shit in 4K now.
Let's announce our slate +1.
+1. But yeah, I mean, they have a whole slate coming out. Did you see these? Was there anything that jumped out to you that you would be interested in?
Yeah, I'll pick up Shape of Water.
Do you not already own it?
No, I don't. No, because I knew Criterion was going to put it out.
Really? Yeah.
Dude, I saw that movie in the theater, and when it first came out, I remember like, no, I'm never picking this up.
Damn, you really were waiting. I picked it up
was.
when the studio put it out in 4K.
Dude, every Del Toro movie comes out on Criterion. He is the most
true.
reliable person. Yes. Him, Scorsese, I always feel like that. I'm always like, that might be Criterion one day.
Yeah.
Even some Spike, I'm like, I'm not sure. But this, I knew that from day one because I was like, well, it's an artsier Hollywood film. It's Del Toro. It was a no-brainer. Ask the comment section. I guarantee you most people out there thought the same thing I did. We knew this was coming.
But this came out like almost, 6 years ago?
Probably longer than
2018, 17? I'm not even sure at this point. But yeah, I mean, I definitely didn't want to wait. I picked it up right away.
I didn't feel like, God damn, I got to relive that bestiality story again.
So I was interested in saying, oh man, I already own this in 4K, but what's Criterion doing? It looks like they're doing a digital transfer, and I don't know if that means they're just taking what already exists or they're doing some polishing up on it of their own.
It means James Cameron is involved.
He's involved in some way. There's also a new conversation with Benicio del Toro. Oh my God. There's a new conversation with Benicio del Toro. He came back to say a little something. Guillermo del Toro, there's a new conversation with him, but other than that, the features are identical to the one I already own. So it kind of made me feel like, if I just to support Criterion and buy this just to have it in my collection, sure, but I'm not in any hurry since what I've got is basically what this already is.
But you're getting a new experimental transfer.
I am in a nice Criterion box with nice Criterion art.
You're getting to hear what Benicio del Toro thought about the movie.
Benicio del Toro. Let us know what you're picking up for. Were you going to grab any of those other titles? Anything else interest you? Not really.
Funny Girl, Paper Moon.
Okay.
The OG Scarface.
All of it.
What were the other ones? No, I'm just trying to recollect. What did you have?
I was like, damn, seven Samurai.
I've honestly never seen any of them.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people freaking over Paper Moon.
Yeah, what's that? Little Girl, Tatum O'Neal.
Yeah.
I've never seen Seven Samurai, and that's always been on my.
I know.
Okay, I gotta check that out. And I'm checking that out before Funny Girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I know. I really want to see that too. It's I read it's a like fairly long film, isn't it? Over 3 hours.
Paper Moon?
Seven Samurai.
Oh, probably.
It's about an hour for each samurai.
Sounds
almost.
Right.
Moving along.
I don't know
Russ,
why that made me laugh.
let's move over to Kino. Ready for Kino, Russ? It's been a while for Kino. You want to talk about them?
Now, my
I
cat.
broke back. Yeah.
Even I probably like that movie.
Yeah.
You do.
When I got Bad Lieutenant, I picked up Making
yeah.
Mr. Right for like $12. It was like on sale too. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's not on my list.
It's on my list. I got it. And Magnuson. And
oh, isn't my girl in that?
yeah, Glenn Headley.
I'm about to say, yeah, from Dick Tracy.
Hetty? Glenn Headley or Hetty?
Yeah, whatever. Her.
And John Malkovich. Let's not forget. He's the star of the damn show.
What else?
Actually, I think Ann Magnuson's more the star.
Well, Glenn Headley, she ended up being in one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
She ended up dead. Isn't she dead?
She ended up that as well, but
Passed
she was
away.
also in Monk,
Oh, you love Monk.
the greatest show.
I have
ever.
never seen an episode of Monk, and I can't believe you like it as much as you do it.
I've seen
the fact
every
that you
episode
do
of Monk.
makes me really want to watch Monk, to be honest, and see what the hell is Russ watching.
Well, dude, you should just check out I do a podcast with a friend. It's called Monk Kings. You should check it out. You'll get all
my Tony Shalhoub insider info.
Yeah, we wear Tony Shalhoub masks and shit. Like we have cardboard cutouts, and we just we talk about our phobias and stuff.
Dude, you know what movie that Tony Shalhoub steals the show?
Men in Black.
Does he in that? I forgot if he was in that. No, Quick Change as the cab driver.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
he steals the show in that moment.
I wouldn't say steals the show.
In that moment, in the scenes he's in.
Jason Robard steals the show.
All right, Russ, for Christ's sake, moving on. People have no
hilarious
idea
in
what's
that.
going on. I don't even know what's
Jason
happening.
Robards. I could
Kino.
I could
Let's
go off.
reset.
I could go off on a whole aside right now, man.
Could you?
I watched a movie just last night that blew me away. First time watch, but let's keep going. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear it.
What's the title that blew you away before I move on?
I already referenced it once.
What was it called?
It was from 1994. It was called Clifford with Martin Short and Charles Grodin and Mary Steenburgen.
And Jason Robards.
Nah, he died.
Okay.
In Magnolia.
And Magnolia.
Was he in Magnolia? Yeah, he
Yes.
was dead.
So Kino, Russ. Back to Kino. Back to get this train back on track.
Wait, let's get it back off track.
Wait, let's get it back off track.
Purple R3 just asked, when will The Nanny ever get a Blu-ray release? Russ, go off.
Go off. Man. First, great question. Nah, will it? To be honest, I'm excited that it got that DVD. Or wait, was it a blue?
Mm-hmm.
It was a blue, wasn't it? The Shout Select one I have?
Yeah,
God, it's tripping me up.
I think so. Isn't it?
I don't even remember now.
I thought
Sitting on my shelf. I like the box. I thought they knocked that. Box.
Whatever is out, I want for Christmas.
let's say so the complete series they do have on DVD.
Yeah.
I've almost purchased it before, but we watched the whole series on Max, and Max has got it like fairly kind of like upgraded a little bit, and all the comments under this DVD, like newer comments, are like, oh, it looks so much better on Max. You should, maybe they'll wait, maybe they'll put this out. So I haven't bought that DVD box set for that purpose. We love The Nanny.
How do you guys feel about the new direction of this channel? Streaming Kings. Okay. Sorry, that wasn't available when that DVD came out, Matt. I should have prepared.
I disrespected Fran Drescher enough. Just say Shran Drescher. Jesus Christ. See, someone brings up The Nanny, and the whole channel goes to hell.
Well, hold on. To answer the question for real, though, I'm always shocked. Well, hold on. If anybody's watching, like, yeah, I love that show.
So do I.
Yeah. I wasn't aware so many people liked it.
So you don't feel special anymore?
No, it's not that I don't feel special. It's just would you get that on Blu-ray? Would you get
Yes.
this? Like, I had no idea that show. When you two were watching it here, when I'd come over and your son, I would be like, wow.
Yeah.
Y'all watch The Nanny?
I'm waiting for Saved by the Bell in Blu-ray.
See, though, that makes more sense. I see that love. I see that hit pop culture. I've heard people our age who had similar experiences of watching Saved by the Bell growing up. It's referenced all the time. If I say Screech to somebody, they know what I'm talking about. But if I say Madeline, shit, I don't even remember the little girl's name of the show.
That's not her name, I don't think.
Yeah. I think it's her name in real life, honestly. Because it's the same girl. Maggie, thank you. But the girl who was in Hand That Rocks the Cradle, god damn it. Like, nobody knows. Gracie, yeah.
The youngest daughter.
If you named every main character in Saved by the Bell, if I just say Jessie to someone my age, they're going to think Elizabeth Hurley. If I say Gracie to you, you're going to be like, are you having a stroke? You know, it's just not a common pop culture reference. But
Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah, everybody knows. If I say, Val, the best friend,
Niles. Niles the butler.
I feel like that one carries a little bit of cachet, doesn't it? Niles the
Mr.
butler?
Sheffield.
That does. Fran Fine does as well.
Yeah.
But
Morty.
No. So you got 3. If you say every cast member of Saved by the Bell, it's immediate recognition.
Shlomo.
I don't remember him in Saved by the Bell.
All right, Russ.
You get my point, man.
Back on track. Kino Lorber putting out Brick finally. This was announced like last year.
You know, it's funny. I had a conversation about this with someone else, and I could have sworn this came out.
Focus Features DVD. This is the one I owned from back in 2005 when this came out, which I've always really loved this movie. This was like back in DVD's heyday where you knew you were getting like DVDs of most stuff, and this came out and I instantly bought it. And yeah, this was announced like last year, but with no date. Sometimes Kino does that crap, but now it's coming back. 4K.
I just now put together they have a relationship with Focus Features.
October 15th. Do they? Focus Features? I don't know.
Brokeback Mountain was Focus Features, Eternal Sunshine, Brick. I guess they're going to put out Little Miss Sunshine at some point.
Maybe.
It's like all these mid-2000s Focus Feature DVDs.
Indie darlings.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
I don't know if there's any fans of Brick out there. I know
there are.
Yeah, I mean, that are watching this channel currently. I mean, I'm a huge fan of this film. I don't know where this falls in sort of the cult level or the overall zeitgeist of 2024.
I'd say it's Ryan Johnson's probably most universally loved movie.
Before he ruined Star Wars?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think every other movie he's made, I've heard some people react negatively. Yeah. Everyone I've heard that's seen Brick, genuinely, they like it.
It's coming with a good amount of features that were on that DVD already, and there's actually a new commentary before. But yeah, dude, this is an awesome Kino release, I feel like. If you haven't seen this, I know there's always a question of like a blind buy. I don't know if this is a divisive thing to say yes on a blind buy. I think it's I
wouldn't say a universal blind buy.
Yeah.
You'd have to, I like, was it Mozart's Go? Somebody in our comments recently, they said Bad Lieutenant is the type of film I'd recommend, but only to certain people.
Yeah.
That's what Brick is like.
Yeah.
Not in terms of violence or anything.
No.
But in terms
what it is.
of, it's very dry. It's a very dry film noir update, which, who knows for modern audiences how they're going to react to that.
It was one of those movies where I knew that's what it was going in, that it was this like, caper, detective, film noir type, but placed in high school. But I was only thinking of that in terms of like theme and presentation. What I didn't realize going in was even the dialogue would sound like these kids were talking in 1950. Yeah. And I was like, that kind of caught me by surprise too. The way they speak to one another is not casual conversation. It is a lot of like, the language of that time that can be a little hard to understand. Like, what is that vernacular? Like, what is that slang they're using?
Like the first time you see Joseph Gordon-Levitt go, hey, see? I was like, what am I watching?
Exactly.
Like I said, so you can only recommend it to like a certain kind of
certain level of 50s gangster lover, like that 30s Scarface.
Yeah, like for real. Do you remember the part 20 minutes in where Gordon-Levitt is like, "You'll never take me alive, copper"? And I was like, whoa. They were Ryan Johnson he stuck to the film noir concept here. It was pretty good.
What's he doing now? Oh, he's doing all those Knives Out movies.
You'll never get him alive.
Yes, amen.
But Brick's coming on 4K, see?
Yeah, see? Ryan Johnson's best, see? I would highly recommend this movie if you haven't seen it to at least check it out. It's definitely awesome. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's great in this, as is a supporting cast. I feel like it's a really well done movie.
Gordon-Levitt.
And it's a cool mystery, to be honest. Like, it is a really well done mystery.
No, it's a really good movie. Really good movie. And Gordon-Levitt, he was on a run there for a minute.
He was.
He had Mysterious Skin, Brick. Man, there was another heavy hitter in that time. Now I'm drawing a blank. But I'm a big fan of HITCHER. I know a lot of people don't like that movie.
I didn't care for that one, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he is great in it.
He's great. So I don't think this is up for pre-order yet, but it is coming out in October 15th. And one that we missed, Russ, but I did want to give you an opportunity to speak on and share your love for, which is Link. I didn't want to, now that it's only like 10 days away.
See what I mean about Focus Features?
10 days away on September 10th. This is coming out. One of Russ's favorite films of all time.
No.
Link.
It's one of my, well, listen, dude, it's one of my favorite films in the genre of chimp cinema, but it's not one of my favorite films of all time. Oh.
Tell us more.
Okay, well, in this scene, Elizabeth Shue. No, the story is Elizabeth Shue is essentially a nanny, like babysitting this commune of like intelligent chimps, right? But shit goes awry.
It goes awry.
This movie's it's wild, dude. It's one of those movies I don't understand the tone of it at all, and I will be picking this up in 4K.
So this came out in 4K. I don't know if you remember this or not, but it came out from Studio Canal. There was like 1,000 units only. Yeah. So this is basically getting the same transfer from what I'm reading, and also there's great features on it, including they're adding a new film historian commentary. And why didn't you ever tell me that Jerry Goldsmith was involved? They have like a demo. They have a demo of the theme song here.
Oh my god! And I should have. You know why?
On the disc.
And you were thinking the same thing I thought when you heard it. It's Gremlins.
Is it,
dude? Well, don't pull it up because the live stream will get canceled.
I won't.
Dude, it's clearly him. They hired him because of Gremlins. You'll hear this lackluster bullshit score that he shit out, and it's just, hey, I'm gonna do my Gremlins thing.
Nobody's gonna watch this. No one's gonna know.
I'm gonna make it sedated and cornier. And yeah, dude, I'm telling you, when we get off this live stream, pull it up. You'll think Gremlins, which is another reason why Bill Conti is the GOAT.
So, is this a pre-order for the people, Russ?
It's a pre-order for a certain kind of person.
A certain kind of Chimp Cinema person?
Chimp Cinema aficionado. No, I'll tell you this. Okay, our jokes aside.
Okay.
It's a good, I enjoy this movie. It's fun because it's one of those 80s movies that tonally is all over the place. It has no idea what it wants to be. At times, it kind of plays like a kid's movie, but then it gets so damn real and violent. You're like, yeah, kids are not on, like people are dying and shit. Like animals are getting hurt. It's like it's one of those movies, and I love it for that. It's like, because you genuinely don't know what's going to happen next. It's like, are they going to end this in some like family film traditional way, or is the house going to explode and a chimp going to sacrifice his life? You just don't know. No idea. You have no idea going in.
Richard Franklin fought to keep his name on the cover.
Dude, isn't he like an established filmmaker as
I have no idea.
Didn't he do Gone with the Wind?
Russ, we are in the home stretch. I'm going to do some rapid fire, a couple of rapid fire titles, and then we'll wrap this up. You ready?
Are they Chimp Cinema?
They are not Chimp Cinema.
Okay.
They are not going to be Chimp Cinema. Here we go. First up, American Pie, 25th anniversary 4K, which shocks me to this day that this has not been announced in the US. This is a UK 88 films only release, which is crazy to me.
A title with America.
It says America on it. I mean, that's just irony at this point. But honestly, like, why is this not getting any release in America? but it's starting off in the UK. That's just a little perplexing to me. Did you pre-order this? I've never seen this movie.
You've never seen American Pie?
I haven't. It's out September 9th.
You know what's funny? If I didn't have to pay an arm and a leg for it, like you said, if it was a North American release at a reasonable price, I'd buy. I like this movie. It's a good movie. It really is.
I've heard that it is. I haven't heard that it's like a corny whatever. It's like it's a decent. Got some. It's got a message. Got some heart.
Yeah, don't go in expecting risky business or I'm not saying it's the greatest teen movie of all time, but it nails exactly what it was trying to do very well.
Pre-order?
Nah, I'm on the fence.
Too expensive.
I'd like to own this, but yeah, I don't love it that much. To be honest, I don't even own it on Blu-ray. So,
okay.
I mean, like I said, if it came around, I gotta wait. It's got to come to me.
Next up, just for you, Pryor and Wilder. Just for you, I put this on here. From Indicator, 1980 to 1991, their 3 films, Stir Crazy, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and Another You. You texted me incomplete. And I wanted to just say that not only is this, their Indicator boxes all kind of look like this, and most of the stuff that they put out, it's not geared towards me necessarily in terms of like when these sets come out, but this looks really cool to me with the outfits that they've got on, the font, the colors, everything here is just like working from a box set perspective.
Oh yeah.
And not to mention, dude, like they have got so much stuff on here. I was so shocked to see what they were able to cobble together. And, obviously it's a lot of like retrospective stuff or new, or, look, even the composers coming back, like there's different interviews, a lot of people, archival documentaries, so much stuff that they put together for these films, which, am I wrong? Weren't most of these just bare bones, like releases for the most part?
Yeah.
So isn't that
like
awesome?
I said, well, Another You definitely was always bare bones. I don't think Another You's ever even been on Blu-ray. See No Evil, Hear No Evil. I mean, at best, it would add on previous releases a trailer or maybe a director's commentary. And I would know that because holy shit, dude, when I was a kid, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, I saw it when it came out, which was 89 or something, 90. Dude, I was like 7 or 8, and I loved that movie. I thought it was the funniest thing. And I was familiar with Gene Wilder because of Willy Wonka. I knew who Richard Pryor was for some reason, and dude, that movie makes me so giddy. Like, I love that movie. I say all that to point out I would have definitely watched any special feature attached to any release that I've owned. Yeah. And I don't ever remember there being any.
Pre-order this?
I had to, dude. This is legendary. But yes, it is a little bit incomplete. Although, if you look at the box, they do say 1980
to 1991. 91, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, anybody who's a fan of either one of them or them together knows their first film was Silver Streak, and they only did 4 films together. So this box set is awesome, but it kind of irks me because there's one more movie they did together.
Yeah, get it in there. Yep.
And I know it's a rights thing. I know. And out of all of these titles, Silver Streak and Stir Crazy would be the ones to get solo releases.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to. I'm a huge fan of both of them. I grew up on this shit. Like that box is cool to me. All of it. Just wish Silver Streak was in there.
I don't know if there's any fans for this collection, but if you are a fan, this is obviously like, I feel like a no-brainer if you like these movies at all. It looks great. I don't know if you got this, Russ, this Frighteners Ultimate Deluxe Collection from Turbine. I know that sold out like instantly, but it was incredible. But now they're putting their Steelbook out from Turbine. If you missed it, 4K Frighteners, looks pretty awesome. It's not that original art, but that is a pretty cool art Steelbook. Do you own any of these? Did you ever pick up a 4K Frighteners?
No, I'm not a big enough fan of the Frighteners that justified that price. Although it is, I'll tell you this, after it came out and the reviews and everything, it's one of the ones that got away. It was one of those ones where I was like, damn, if I knew it was going to be this monumental, that they were going to hit the mark this hard, I would have picked it up.
Well, you got another chance.
Yeah, but then if I buy this Steelbook, every time I see it on my shelf, I'm going to think about that missed opportunity, and it's going to bug me.
It's going to bug you.
For a movie that, to me, is like a 3 or 3.5 out of 5. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't need that memory.
Yeah.
Too much baggage.
Okay.
Too much baggage.
Well, the last one for the night is the art for Blazing Saddles has finally started to be revealed. So this is the Blazing Saddles Steelbook that just got announced. And then I think, do I have it here? Yeah, so there's your regular and your Steelbook side by side. So this is the art that's now been revealed for the US releases. It's fine. I mean, I don't know if this like burning, the literal burning saddle, has that ever been like promotional art for that, or is that this them being creative?
I've never seen it.
Me neither. Yeah, and this is like a new like collage of characters here.
Yeah.
The thing that
I always thought Madeline Kahn was cute in the movie, so that collage doesn't bother me.
the thing that is a little head scratching, though, I will say, and this is just food for thought because they haven't updated anything yet, but the edition that you ordered, the collector's edition one, they haven't done anything, shown anything different with that. But if you remember, it says not final artwork, it says design TBC. So I wonder if any of those other arts that we just saw are going to come and replace this. That was the original thing.
I think this artwork's going to be different on the box, but what's going to go inside is going to be that Steelbook probably.
It says TBC.
Thank God, because that Steelbook's ugly. I'm going to need a box around it.
It says TBC, Russ, not final artwork.
But even that, what they're using here, that was just retooled artwork for the Blu-ray, one of the Blu-ray releases. So it would be great if they just did the original, you know, with Sheriff Bart on the fucking horse, whatever, that the original artwork for it that we all saw growing up in the video stores. That would be great on the box. But I mean, this is a title, it doesn't matter. It's Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, I haven't done anything yet.
I'll tell you this, you're gonna watch this movie, you're gonna kick yourself.
Well, I know because I've never seen it, and I know I got to get one of these, but I've done nothing yet.
By this, and I know, and the reason why
that Steelbook with the burning saddle, though, that one.
No, I'm saying you're going to see this, and you're going to wish you got the collectors.
Oh,
that's what I'm telling you. You're going to eventually see this movie. This is a movie, and I know you're thinking for people watching. The reason why I say this to Matt, I showed you Young Frankenstein.
Yes.
What, 2 years ago or something for the first time? You had never seen it, and your reaction to it was you liked it, but you didn't realize it was what it was. I think you were expecting more like Robin Hood Men in Tights or something, right?
Maybe
like it
a little
wasn't
more goofy.
Yeah. You didn't realize it was more a direct spoof of the Universal Universal horror films. You were expecting more. You were expecting Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Right. This is more Spaceballs. This is more of what you were expecting in Young Frankenstein, and it's fucking hilarious and classic. So I'm just warning you, man. Like I know you. You're gonna kick yourself for not getting this collectors once you see it. Well, if you're worried about that kind of thing,
TBD, to be determined, Russ. Just like the artwork, but that's all I got. That's all we got for the evening. Let's as we close out, let's throw over to the chat. Let's just say hello, goodbye to everyone.
Thank you, Jordan. He just
Jordan, our knight in shining armor.
He just cash apped you to get a clue about the ring.
Forget you ever saw the ring. Here's a quick 5.
He said, I'd rather give you $13.99 than buy the ring.
Jordan, thank you so much for always commenting and hanging out and supporting the channel. We obviously really appreciate it. I hope everybody had a nice evening. I hope everybody enjoyed the news. Russ, I enjoyed sitting next to you again.
Oh, I did too, Matt. Oh, real quick. I agree. Silver Streak is underrated. I think it's more like a straightforward. It almost just it's more action, but it's kind of tame in a way, and I think that's why it kind of goes under the radar.
Gotcha.
But I agree. Silver Streak's great.
Oscar Burrows said no Austin Powers 4K mention. Austin Powers was announced to be coming out. International Man of Mystery coming out November the 11th. It's like the only thing I saw so far was just some UK regular art as just like a pre-order, not even a pre-order, it's just like sort of announced. I was going to wait until there was a little bit more to look at before we shared and looked at that together, because it's very not much to go off of.
It's just the
original. It is, and it kind of looks like the cover kind of looks like it's like Willy Wonka or something, the way they're doing all these colorful things and he's illustrated. It's kind of strange. I didn't really care for what I saw initially.
That makes me laugh.
I know. That's why I wanted to wait. But it is Austin. And we said that we were owed an Austin Powers in our 90s Kids video that we put up.
Yeah,
it's a prediction we're making come true.
There was another title that we almost talked about that got announced. I saw.
What was it?
I forget. It'll come to me as soon as we log off here. But yeah, there was a title that got announced, and I was like, yo, that almost made our 90s list. I can't remember now.
If Russ wants to pre-order the Terminator Steel, Groove has it, Russ.
I did. I saw that when you were talking out of the corner of my eye, and I made a mental note. Thank you, Anthony. I probably am going to resort to that.
Zach R said, would love a 4K version of Young Frankenstein. I would too. I didn't pick that up in Blu-ray because I'm imagining one day that'll come out in 4K. And that's when I would pick that up. UK pre-orders up here in the UK for Austin Powers on Amazon. There you go. From Let's Talk Criterion. I don't know. We're going to talk about that next week.
My man said a ping pong paddle should come with it. He's talking about Blazing Saddles. That's funny.
And now this. Do you two think we'll get a Buffy the Vampire Slayer the movie in 4K? One day. I think that's a Scream Factory title. Or the studio will try to milk that one.
Does Joss Whedon's reputation put a damper on that?
I don't know.
That would be the only thing I could see.
Because he treated everyone badly on set?
Well, I mean,
allegedly.
Not on the movie. On the TV show, apparently. But I'm just saying his name kind of, I don't think it really sways people. Like, you're not getting any, Bryan Singer box set anytime soon. You know what I mean?
Google's Trial O'Day said Carlito should read some Lark Voorhees poetry.
Lark Voorhees?
From Saved by the Bell. Lisa Turtle.
I know who she is. I'm just like, what?
Maybe she has her own poetry book out.
Dude, thank you. He just proved my point. He said Lark Voorhees. He didn't even say Lisa Turtle.
You knew
we're
it.
all like, yep, Saved by the Bell.
You knew it. Is there a Drop Dead Fred 4K? No, there's not. People want that, though.
Dude, in the infancy of this channel, we champion for Phoebe Cates to be freed from the
clutches.
Hostage, the hostage situation that Kevin Kline has kept her under for decades now. We'll continue the fight.
Anthony says, I picked up the Barbarella 4K box from your guys' Best of 2023 vid. Thanks. That was a really nice looking Arrow set, dude. That Barbarella set. I've never seen the movie and probably won't, but the set's awesome.
For some reason, somebody else said barbed wire.
Oh, you're thinking barbed wire.
When you said that out loud, I was like, there was a Arrow set of Pamela Anderson's barbed wire. I missed that. That Barbarella box is sweet. And the transfer is crazy. Everything about it. It's a phenomenal set.
Sure.
Phenomenal.
It sure is. Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for everybody for joining, watching, commenting, hanging out for a little while. Lindsay, the producer, thank you for switching the boards in there, keeping the show afloat.
Yes.
Appreciate everybody out there. We'll see everyone in 2 weeks. Make sure, I don't know. We're always, we try to advertise the stream in advance through different means, but if you haven't hit the bell yet to be notified, we stream every other week. We'll have some videos coming soon of, like we said, our love of Tom Cruise, but there's also going to be a lot of reviews that we'll be doing soon. So many movies. We got Terminator coming up. We've got Nightmare on Elm Street coming up. The Hitcher coming up. There's a lot of like big titles, Late Night with the Devil, that we'll probably be reviewing as well in the near future.
Can't hardly wait.
Can't hardly wait soon. The summer's almost over for us. We're coming into fall, spooky season. And then end of year lists. Physical media, awards shows.
This year is going to be hard. There's been a lot of contenders to make anyone's top 5 4K releases this year.
Yeah, for sure. So
can't hardly wait.
Can't hardly wait. We'll be there. Oscar Burrows says, Lindsay reveal at 10K subscribers. We are desperately close to 10K. We're very close. I think we might be able to hit it by the end of the year. What does everyone else out there think? I think so. Make sure we're sharing with a friend. Get us to 10.
I don't believe it.
Just get us to 10. We're so close, Russ. We will see everybody in 2 weeks. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you.
We'll see you at the movies. Dun, 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 dun.
You hear it.
Yeah, that was great, dude. That edit. What can I tell?